Hey everybody, and welcome to Hex Token channel. Woohoo! What we got lots to talk about, man. We got lots to talk about. It's some crazy stuff right there. And as you guys know, we love action in crypto, so it's going to be a lot of fun. We've got obviously Richard Hart, the man himself, the founder, of course, of Hex, and of course Pulsechain coming up. It's going to be pretty cool. Now, I did post a little clip from Hexologist live stream with Richard Hart earlier earlier today, like about an hour ago or so, and yeah, been a bit of a couple little alpha drops there. I would say I thought there was at least three decent alpha drops in that video, so well worth the watch. I posted one. I'm going to post another one after this live stream later on, but we will watch those today as well. So we're going to talk about that. But there we are, Richard Hart on Hexologist. You can check it out, the full video on Hexologist show. Obviously, crypto copy on there and explosive artist there as well. So pretty cool. And I thought, yeah, it was a pretty decent video. So nice on that one. Now, we are also waiting for the other one's going to be coming up, is going to be on Ivan on Tech, who's obviously huge. What's he got there? 390,000 followers. So that's coming up some stage. We don't know. I'm not sure if we know a date yet or not, but Ivan on Tech, that's massive, 390,000 followers. Obviously, Ivan, one of the biggest influencers in the crypto space out of the YouTubers, I guess. He's also a developer as well, so gives a nice little nuance there. And it's been interesting watching Ivan's sort of changing perceptions around Hex. Obviously, as Hex coming up to the 4th year birthday, it's going to be fun to see that play out as well. So pretty cool. Yeah, but check out Hexologist stuff. Very, very nice. Now, we're going to look at a few clips, so I hope you guys enjoy that. And then we're going to get into the XEN launch. That's right, the XEN launch. We're going to talk all about that. And then, of course, after that, we're going to get into BNB pot and a few other topics, as well as all the market prices at the moment. So let's get into it. Let's say hello to everybody in the house. It's going to be a bit of fun. We're going to moving around a little bit. So, you know, don't get dizzy. Don't get dizzy or anything. And, of course, welcome to Saturday in America, Sunday in good old Down Under, Australia, New Zealand, Pacific Islands, things like that. There's obviously so much to talk about today. I know, absolutely amazing. BC says party time, absolutely kaboom, kaboom, kaboom. A big welcome from Hex Token channel, of course. DGN said I paid $8 in gas to mint some XEN. I've spent more on a value meal, says DGN. That's true. I guess it depends on how you look at it, but we're going to check all that stuff out too. Ted Nelson says, good evening, Superman. Things happening today. Yeah, I think it's been a pretty fun. It certainly makes things pretty fun having launches and other things on. And of course, you know, the one thing I'd say about XEN, don't take it too seriously. And it's just a bit of fun and a bit of experiments, got gamification in there, and we'll see how it goes. Pretty much like that. I wouldn't spend too much money on it, and maybe a few McDonald's burger lunches or something like that. But yeah, value meals, as we say. Good evening, Superman. Things happening, definitely. Shano in the house there. Good to see Shano. Christian as well. Hello, family. XEN for the win, says Christian. Yep, it's going to be a lot of fun, that's for sure. You know, got to remember that the main win in this game on this channel is Pulsechain. These are the more serious investments. Pulsechain, Hex, PulseX, incentive token. These are the sort of things. The Richard Hart tokens are the real game. But it's nice to have a few play things, as I always say on this channel. You know, I always say what 95% of Richard Hart stuff, maybe 5% over here on some speculative plays. And of course, that's what we talk about, especially ones that are going to go on Pulsechain. As well. Remember, Richard Hart is the one forking Pulsechain, forking Ethereum, sorry, with Pulsechain. And of course, all those tokens now are coming over. So it's going to be a lot of fun. That means we're going to be talking about lots of different things, aren't we? That's pretty much it. All right, so cool. We got us. We got there. Who got up at 3:30 a.m. to find XEN ready, but not minting. A fluke to sub 1,000 C rank, says Blobfish Gang. Well done to you, man. Well done to you. Hey, look, my alarm didn't even go off, everybody. Is that the funniest thing ever? Well, I was going to set up my alarm to do some minting, and the good thing I didn't, because the contract didn't launch straight away, right? Had some issues launching, but yeah, good thing I didn't wake up. That would be good. It was going to be 6:15 in the morning, my time, so that's all right. Pulse Unity in the house there, in the house. How is the family? Very good, Pulse Unity. Good to see you. And Christian says, I waited a few hours to mint, and gas fees was less than $7. Yep. The lower the gas fee, the cheaper it's going to be. And of course, you can do more wallets. That's sort of self-fulfilling, right? The cheaper the gas, the more wallets, the more people that are going to come in behind you. If you got a C rank, higher C rank, you paid more gas. So But end of the day, it's just a bit of fun, really. There's going to be a lot of inflation. Remember, the amplifier doesn't end until 8 years later. Sorry, goes down by 1 every day. That 3,000 mark number goes down by 1 every day. The early amplifier adopter percentage goes from 10%, goes down. It goes down every million, I think. Goes down a 0.1% or something like that. So just remember that there's going to be a lot of inflation, a lot of bots as well. Did you notice my thumbnail today? It's got the bot on there. That's because there's lots of bots playing. Coders code their bots and all sorts of stuff, and because there's no real capture blockings or anything like that. So I'm not aware of that being a hindrance. But in any case, some people, it's going to be pretty much a lot of people minting heaps of wallets. I wonder how Trayvon got on with the 369 wallets at 0.1. So anyway, that's going to be fun. We're going to talk about XEN. I shouldn't get too hooked into it. Very, very cool. We've got Christian in there. My C rank is crazy, but all that matters that I did my chips. Yeah. Nice. Andy says, happy weekend all. Waiting for gas to drop before XEN minting. 300 days plus the minting activated now. Nice one, Andrew. Yeah, it's way high now. We're going to talk all about that. Briz says, you got to have a warhorses taken care of before you buy some show ponies. That's true, Briz. Absolutely. We're talking about Pulsechain Hex there. And, of course, Pulsechain King says, Pulsebot has reset the clock. Was this because of the bridge hack? And I don't know, Blobfish King. There wasn't, I think there's an update in Telegram. I was expecting a more fuller update on Twitter, but we only got the clock posted there. So I was a little confused by that. So hopefully they'll bring out some information soon. Yeah, they have delayed. So we were expecting, I think we were down to 4 days, just under 4 days. And then they reset it to 11 days. And so we got another 10 days. We'll look at that later on. Pretty cool. All right, so here is the video. Let's look at some clips, which I've queued up. This is the one I posted earlier about an hour ago. This is actually the biggest. There's 2 updates around Pulsechain that I picked out, and this was the first one. This is the main one. So this is what we suspected was going to happen. So it's really just confirming our suspicions, right? That the ETH fork would be the proof of stake fork. Just made sense. But of course, we don't know exactly how they're viewing their consensus and the code rewrites and things like that. So that's where we're at. So let's watch this first one around the Pulsechain forking, the Ethereum consensus stuff there. So let's go have a look.
I feel that the security considerations for Pulsechain's consensus strength are very, 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 very similar to Ethereum 2.0's. If that makes sense to you.
Makes sense.
We're forking Ethereum 2.0, not Ethereum 1.0. So you beat it out of me, you fucks. You wore me down, okay? So the logic was, do we have more faith in the BSC consensus, which we found flaws in, or rotating to several other options of not very well audited consensus, or the extremely well audited Ethereum 2.0 consensus? And my logic is that if you're going to make things right, doing them during a bear is a beautiful time to do it. And I think it will be quicker to use Ethereum 2.0's consensus than to properly audit and secure Corellia, which is a version of Click, which is what has a lot of problems. And so it was maximum secure and minimum time to market, because we didn't know, like, you didn't know whether the merge was going to work right. Could have not worked right. And you didn't know if they'd ever get to doing it because the delays were nearly endless.
Yep.
But after they did it, and after it worked right, it was the obvious choice. And so Pulsechain will have upgrades, but be primarily the same consensus mechanism that Ethereum 2.0 uses, but is now called Ethereum 1, right? Like, no one called, it's not, right. Ethereum 2 is now Ethereum 1 since the merge worked. So It's strong. It's safer. It's faster. And any upgrades that come in the future for Ethereum, such as sharding, we will get on our chain. And we wouldn't have got had we stayed with Ethereum 1, because the forks would have diverged. And so it's just better. So we're doing what's better, and it didn't take us any extra time to do it. So it's actually good news. But I got savaged so hard for giving you guys an update last time that, like, I'm super not into it. Like, I feel like someone's gonna make me eat shit for giving the good news basically now. I bet someone will. Someone will bother me and make me feel bad. Someone will make me feel bad about.
Bro, you got so many followers though, and I'm starting to feel. We will attack. You got so many followers.
So that was the first update around Pulsechain, and that confirmed a lot of the suspicions of what would happen. So this really good update there, because it really just confirms what they're going to be forking, and of course opening up to a better security, faster chain, and of course upgradable with sharding and ZK rollups and lots of stuff as that comes on. So really, really cool. And so that's fantastic. So that's really good news. That was the first one there. Now, earlier in the stream, they also had a little bit of update around, someone asked around testnet. And of course, it looks like we will have a short type testnet, another public one, sort of a public V3, because we're currently on 2B. And that's probably going to happen too, which makes sense as well, because you want to get that tested. So that was sort of another little tidbit there. The other part, of course, the third part was really around the market, is the market bear. And of course, this relates to the market crypto overall, but also the around Hex, which we've been talking about. So pretty much it's really confirming a lot of stuff we've been saying on this channel. Yeah, it's looking really good. Especially with the Hex price out sort of just dripping along at the moment. It doesn't mean that there couldn't be any capitulation wicks even further down, but the current price range at the moment looks like a very good accumulation phase. Yeah, let's get into it and hear from Richard Hart around the bear market bottom, as it were.
Okay. Let's measure the next bear. Let's do that. Let's see how smart Richard be. Next bear market. 364 days. That's about a year. Okay. Now let's measure this bear market from my 65K top, 427 days. But let's measure this bear market from the Judas candle, which where I think you have to deleverage from, because people got long there. You need to get the shit liquidated out of them and undone. All them people need wrecked. NFT guys wrecked. Leverage traders wrecked. Assholes that sold you to top wrecked. Michael Saylor, I'm talking to you, you bitch. So like, let me measure it for you. We had like 300 and I'm gonna get on the daily for this. Let me get on the daily so I can give you more specific measurements. One day we'll have advanced screen sharing technology, but we haven't come that far yet. So if I have measured this correct, and I'm going to verify that I did, right now we're 332 days in from the top. And that top, the 69K top, was November 21. So a year out from that is November 21 again.
Right.
That's a month and a week, bro. Or a month and 2 weeks. Month and 2 weeks. So in a month and 2 weeks, bro, maybe Fed, finds a way to pivot. Can't raise rates anymore because it's blowing out jobs too much. Like we got our 85% dip doodle, whatever. Like, bro, next month and a half, you better have your plan ready, because it could be the end of the bear, bro. It could. Next month could be the end of the bear. And that's good ass news, man. Yeah. So people don't realize it. People don't think bear ever ends. They think it just goes on forever.
Yeah.
Nope. It doesn't. Unless you buy the wrong fucking coin, it just goes to zero and stays there forever. But in shit we're looking at has product market fit, doesn't tend to go to zero and stay.
Yeah.
Does normal kind of oscillate stuff. So I think the best news I have to leave with you guys is Pulsechain is going to be stronger and better with a more well audited consensus method that will benefit from the upgrades that Ethereum will make in the future. And it didn't cost us any time. It was quicker. And then, so that's great news. And then this bear market could be over in a month is great news.
All right, so that was the call around the bear market there. So maybe mid-late November. And of course, we do have the interest rate rises in November. So he said that the key word he used is could. And of course, there are caveats around there with the interest rate rises and things like that. So, yeah, the central bank might be restricted from how high that can actually get to that 4.5% federal funds rate. So yeah, it might be a little bit capped there. Inflation coming down. Remember, next week is inflation data coming down. Going to be a very key number. If that comes down, then it takes less pressure. It takes pressure off the Fed. Yeah, that's pretty interesting stuff there. Also, if you think about this, the government debt and all that stuff is so huge. They kind of stuck in a bit of a box. How far they can push that. It's going to be interesting to see. But that's from Richard Hart there. I thought that was pretty cool. And of course, Hex may move on its own trajectory after already been, in a bear market for a good period of time, and over a year pretty much. And so Hex may move on its own at a certain time. Richard's kind of hinted at that a couple of times. So we'll see how that plays out. He did say earlier in the live stream that Hex has not been around that long, so it's got different. We used to have shorter, all those parabolics. We had shorter periods, and of course now it's our first really big long bear market. So we don't quite have as much history. So just take that into account as well. But I have suspicion, as I've been saying on this channel, that it's we probably get that move separate, and I have pointed that many times with Richard's Hart's clip. I played the Pulse conference, which was alluding to that about 50 times on this channel, just because that's kind of where he's been hinting things might be going. So he says the other thing says you don't really want to miss out on the train. Basically, if you're out playing somewhere else and you're not accumulating at these, after we've already had a 95% pullback, and then you might miss out, right? So there's a bit of you got to make your own assessment. Obviously, nothing on this channel is investment advice. You need to assess what's in front of you at the moment and make some choices, or you don't. You don't have to do anything. That's the other alternative. All right, cool. So that was from Richard Hart. So really cool. I thought it was some, those three little drops. I didn't play the second one, but those three little drops was pretty good. Very, very nice. So I'm going to post the full video in the chat there if you want to go and watch the full thing. So cool. Let's get into the rest of it. We're going to go to, we've talked about the next one coming up on Ivan on Tech. We don't know when the stream is, but it's soon here. This was posted on the 5th of October. That's pretty much it. So I'm going to close out of both of those. And of course, let's move back to the video. Hope you guys will see that. And we've got a few more people in the house. We're going to be a bit more relaxed in this session because we've got so much to go through. So we're just going to, cruise through it because we've got a lot to talk about. So yeah, let me get back up the top here. We've got a few more people jump in. Well, I think we've got Lies Beneath in there. Hello, how are you today? Good to see you, Lies Beneath. James Bond. Hello, everybody. And the ultimate strategy of this channel. And of course, Lies Beneath brings it every day. Hex, EHEX, PLS, and PLSX for the win. And of course, I also think that the incentive token will probably do pretty well as well. It's because of the yield farmers. That's their main incentive token. So just if they bring all the capital, then kind of makes sense to me. His smile cracks me up, but he loves being the best, says Shane. And what else there? Tortoise Johnny's in the house there. Good to see Tortoise Johnny. Oi, oi. And Crypto BD as well. Good to see you. George Tucko. Hey, what's up, guys? What else there? Brazil says, who has made more jewels, Richard or the Queen? That's a good one. He's certainly got the biggest diamond, that's for sure. RX chooses word with precision, says Shano. Encharted's in the house there. I was the one who got Richard to admit they were forking ETH to Pinot. I asked the question. Well done, Encharted. We appreciate your service to the community. It was well played. Lots of love out there. Nice. Brazil says, hey, people are allowed to sell tops, says Briz. That is true. 6 more weeks, says Machiavelli. I like that. What else there? Genuine says, good practice for Pulsechain launch. Yep, that's for sure. Discord has a screen sharing, says Gady. Nice. Yeah, it does. Discord does. Expect one more good dump in about a month and 2 weeks sideways and up and to the right, says Briz. I believe Pulsechain will be launched by Christmas, says Christian. Man, that'd be impressive if they launched before Christmas. It'd be quite the Christmas present. It'll be Hex's 3rd birthday. And of course, if the highest of stakes does launch by then, that'd be pretty neat. Obviously, I'll go live. Well, what do we call it? Not launch. What do they call it when the movie comes out? I don't know. Published or whatever. I don't know. But that'll be pretty cool. They are in the distribution phase. They're trying to get deals. So I don't know how fast that's going to run, to be honest. I think that may hold things up. We'll see. The way it is paused. Don't look at me like that, Richard. Yeah. What else there? We've got a couple others people in the house there. Richard may launch no matter what within a month and a half, says Briz. That's true. That's true. I suspect that people might get caught off guard with the actual launch date. So that's true too, Briz. Think about that. I'm thinking about it. All right, so cool. Shane's in the house there. Cheers for the details, super. You're welcome, Shano. Astrid in the house as well. Good to see Astrid. DCR in the house. Man, there's so many people jumping in. It's great. Happy Sunday, Superman. Hey, Edo. Appreciate that. Happy Sunday to you. And Sandy Beach is in the house. Good to see Sandy. A premiere. Thanks, Sandy Beach. I knew you were going to help me out with that one. Hey, Hex Token, everybody from Sandy Beach. Very, very cool. And what's that, Briz? What's that, a balloon? What is that? A brain? Brain. Briz's brain, yeah. All right, cool. Let's get on to it, folks. Obviously, the big talk of the town is the XEN launch. Now, I hope not too many people are taking the XEN too seriously. It is a bit of fun. Hey, it may end up doing great. There's a lot of people that are hyped up about it. It's certainly got wide awareness. A lot of YouTubers, a lot of people are minting it. It's got a lot of that sort of big thing. You do need that. But more importantly, you need people to stay engaged. So it's certainly got this expanding community size. A lot of people incentivized that way. But of course, it has got, if you think about the Amplify, it's got 8 years to run until the Amplify ends. And of course, was it 10 million people on the early bonus there, the early Amplify bonus. So yeah, I must have said, I think I said earlier 1 million. So 1 million is 1% decrease on that. I think it's 100,000 per 0.1, a tenth of a percent decrease on that 10% amplifier. So yeah, I think it was 10 million is the total there. We'll look at that. Anyway, Jack Levin, the founder of XEN, and obviously a Google employee, and number 21. And of course, you didn't know that. I didn't know that was a thing, but it is a thing. And of course, there we are, biohacker. Obviously, a very smart guy, and has been on a lot of the Hex and Pulsechain YouTubers. So there we are. It's been pretty interesting. Obviously, Jack Levin says an hour ago, total gas spend on C rank so far, $1 million. And of course, this is look, in some sense, a gas fee gives a sort of underlying price to a token. But on the other hand, it's also kind of inefficient and a waste of money if you think of it like that. So it's you can argue both ways, right? It's almost philosophical at that point. David Feather made a tutorial, so David likes it. So I made a tutorial on XEN Crypto, and congratulations to Jack Levin on a successful launch. So David's been in there, so that says something. Jack Levin, XEN Protocol 2 hours ago, just became #1 in gas usage. Obviously, I pointed that out at 500,000 or something. It was pretty interesting. And of course, XEN is over 40% of all Ethereum transactions 4 hours ago. So really, it did. Now, I remember Jack was saying that he didn't think it was going to probably have a big impact on the gas price, which didn't make sense to me because so many people were talking about it. And I'm not just talking about 1 or 2 YouTubers and a couple of people. I'm talking about a lot of people. And so I ended up doing, remember that 5 basic video series on it because so many people were asking me about it. I was like, what? And so I had to do a quick study on that and do some basic videos for people. So yeah, it was pretty crazy. But of course, the inflation is going to be huge, right? The inflation is going to be huge. The chance to bot it's huge, all that sort of stuff. So you got to take that into account. I wouldn't get too over the top. Obviously, get your positions in it. It's going to be a bit of fun. It shouldn't cost you too much overall. Obviously, the gas fees are really high at the beginning, but we'll see how it goes. It's certainly not what I class in the investment class. It really is high speculative class here. And so it's more like the fun. So it's even more speculative than other speculative things that I'm talking about. And it's really just a bit of fun there. So we'll see how it goes. Cool. Yeah, I mean, it seems to, there was a bit of delay apparently at the beginning. My alarm didn't wake me up So I slept right through it to wake up. And of course, I think it launched, I don't know, it was on KG's show, for goodness sake, Internet Money's channel. He had the launch with Jack on there. And if you want to check that out on KG's show, yeah, I think it was like half an hour delayed or something, 20 minutes or something. Let me know in the chat what exactly the time, but it didn't launch exactly. They had an issue loading it up or something, but it finally launched there. So very, very cool. Now I understand there's going to be a bit of a staggered launch to BSC and Polygon. You can let me know in the chat if you've heard anything about that, because I wasn't able to watch any of that stuff, unfortunately. That's kind of it at the moment. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, well, Jack Levin's got 361,000 followers on Twitter. So, I mean, it's pretty impressive, right? So cool. Let's have a look at the market, though. Let's get into it. Woohoo! XEN Network. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the world. Here we go. So, woohoo! All right, so this gives us a bit of entertainment. We'll wait for the Hex price to turn around and Pulsechain to launch. So let's go. We've got the global rank 76,429. Now you can imagine that probably, I don't know, how fast do you reckon? Let's extrapolate this out. Obviously, the gas fees are probably going to go down. The gas price at the moment is 19 Gwei. Obviously, it got up to something like 150, 200 Gwei or something. Really got smashed up there. Let's have a look down at the gas fee just quickly. Just give us some context here. Here is the contract here, 40%. In the last 30 hours there. That's some pretty crazy stuff there. Is over $1 million. 13% of the gas used in the last 24 hours is the XEN crypto. It's some crazy stuff right there. Yeah, boy. Is that crazy or what? Look at all the transactions, all the claim ranks. Look at this all, 3 seconds. It's insane in the membrane, insane in the game. I said we're going to have a bit of fun with this live stream because that's some crazy stuff. Let's have a look on the contract. Not sure if there's much in here. Remember, we're in the first mint day, so we shouldn't see any XEN in the chart till tomorrow. We shouldn't see any holders either. So that seems to be right to me. Looking good. We've got the contract here. It's got some read functions. Here. So I guess we can go through that at some stage. Got all these read-only functions. Look at them all. Oh my goodness gracious me. I don't know what stats we got in there. Days and years. There's so many stats in here. Genesis rank, 1, I guess, midterm. Probably have to convert those to days or seconds or something. You have to think about what exactly periods they are. Lots of functions in here. I guess, So I haven't had a chance to go through all of these. Here's the global rank at the moment, 76,659. Get user stake. I guess it's a specific query. Total supply, nothing yet. And total XEN staked, nothing yet, of course. Burn, user mints. So I guess you have to put your address in for that. I'm just trying to have a look through active stakers. Then one of the active minters. Yeah, active minters. So that's the total is the global C rank there. Tomorrow's going to be fun. We'll have the first people that have done 1 day mints. We'll see their supply coming here. So it's going to be pretty cool. All right, let's get back into it, folks. Yeah. So that was the contract. And that's sort of showing the front end of this. I just realized I got the wrong thing in front of my. All right, so we've got the global rank up on the dashboard here. 76,815 on the global rank. Minters here. We've got total transactions 76,661. Time since Genesis 7 hours. So it won't be another 14 hours until we get that first day flipping around, and all the early people, if anyone early has done just a 1 day mint, we should see that coming out. No doubt there are minters that have done 1 day. Whether they're early minters is unknown, at least on here. So cool. We got the max term days is now 343. Remember the first 5,000, it started off at 100 days. And then after 5,000, it was opened up to 300 days. And then as more people mint, it dynamically changes and increases the max term. And the max term is up to 343 days. The cool benefit about a max term is if you do a max mint, whatever that is at the time that you mint, do your minting phase, it will mean that everybody coming in after you, you'll get even more. So it's kind of like that. The amplifier is at 3,000. That's going to go down by 1 day every single day for 8 years. That's pretty much that. And then, of course, the EAA there, the early adopter amplifier. This is kind of an early launch bonus as well. is 10%. Every 100,000, that's going to go down by 0.1 for every 100,000 increase in rank. So we're not up to the first 100,000. We are so close though. We are just under 23,000 away from this going down to 9.9. That will go down to 9.9. That'll be the first move. That's pretty good. I'm excited. The APY, of course, is when you stake, so that's not relevant. This is relevant for minting. The APY is relevant for when you're staking, so obviously you can't stake until your minting phase is ended, and that's pretty much it. So if we go to the mint tab here, we can see that it defaults at the maximum term, and of course you can start minting at the moment, and of course the GUI at the moment is, what do we say the GUI is? Let's go back to the GUI sheet here. The GUI at the moment is down at 20. When I woke up and I was about a couple hours late, maybe two hours late or something. When I got onto the computer, there was 20,000. The global rank was 20,000. I didn't get to mint until the gas fees came down because I only put so much gas in each thing and I couldn't be bothered topping them up, right? Because the gas fee was so high, I didn't want to pay the transfer fee. And I realized that it was going to be a longer mint day, and I hadn't. It was just like, oh yeah. So anyway, I ended up putting, I think I had 0.1 ETH in each wallet or something, and I was going to do 5 wallets. I've done 7 wallets. So there we are. I was going to do 5 wallets, done 7 wallets. Some people were going to do hundreds of things, but for me, this is just entertainment. So it's been a bit of fun. And in any case, what I was going to say was, yeah, it will cost you probably at 23 Gs, probably going to cost you about $5 or $6 to mint, something like that, maybe $5, $6 to mint at the moment. But when I was doing it, it was more like $10, $12, even up to $14. I waited till it came down a bit. I didn't want to pay $14, so I just waited till it came down a bit as well. So cool. That's pretty much it. Let me go into our Discord because we were in the chat there. All of us were chatting about strategies, and I'll just go through what I put down. You can let me know in the chat if you've got if you haven't got too many, what you've got. So here's what I did. I did 6 or 7 all up. I did a 7-day one. So I got one coming out in 7 days. I got one coming out in 21 days. I got one coming out in 98 days. So this is before the 100 day. Remember the 100 days? I got coming out before 98. I got one coming out in 198 days. And then I got 2 coming out in 298 days. So when I opened up to 300 days, I've got it just coming out before those. And then I've got, I did one really long when the mint days, so I've got 325. So that's what I've got. It's all a bit of fun for me. But yeah, let's see how we go. I mean, you never know, do you? But I got these short ones coming out, 7 days, 21 days. And of course, I want to see what the market price is like at that stage. And maybe I'll go free carry. I don't know. Let's see how we go. So pretty cool. We've got lots of other people in here been minting as well in the Discord. If you haven't joined our Discord, the link is in the video description. We've got the best community growing in here and best information out as well. We have all the useful links and cool chats as well. And we're going to be looking at ramping up some features on here for adoption for around Pulsechain. So that's coming up soon. So stay tuned for some of those. It's going to be really, really cool as we focus on more and more on Pulsechain and Hex adoption. So it's going to be cool. Anyway, back to XEN there. So that is some of the cool stuff. Obviously, once the minting phase is over, you need to claim. If you don't claim within the 7 days, you lose it all. So you got to claim. You got to make sure you diarize to claim it. I've tied all my wallets with the number of days on that I've actually staked on just to help me with a bit with jumping through the wallets. And of course, they're on a separate wallet, right? So they're on a separate thing. All right, so cool. That's pretty much that on there. Let me know in the chat what you guys have been doing around that because it's pretty cool. I'm going to go back to the dashboard there. We'll leave it on there. I'm going to do refresh to see what the results are at the moment. It's probably changing pretty fast. Now when the gas comes down, obviously more people can do even more, you see. And of course, this is part of the issue with the inflation. It does that blah, 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 blah. And it's cool when you're early because your numbers get bigger and bigger and bigger. Let me have a look at some of the stats that I've got on here just quickly, and let me know what you guys are doing in there. It is fun, remember. It's not. I wouldn't take this too serious given the inflation in the product. But yeah, let's have a look. So I'm gonna have a look at my. I'm having a look at my. This is my 325 day. So my 325 day at the moment is 320. It's got 16.5 million in it, and so that's pretty much it. So let's have a look at that's my longest one. So it's 16.5 mil. Let's have a look at let's have a look at my 98 day. Actually, let's go from longest to shortest. So my longest one was 325, I think, and I had two at a 298, so 2 days shorter than the 300-day, because you want to front run a little bit, don't you? You want to front run. So 15 million. So 15 million on the 298. So my 325 is 1.3 million more or something like that than my 298s. Let's go down to my midterm one, my 198. Let's have a look at that one. 198. What's that going? So 15 million on the 15.1 million on the 298 days. Let's have a look at okay, so just shy of 10 million on the 198 days. That's a pretty good trade-off if you think about it. So it depends on the price, right? Depends on the price. Who knows? Who knows? It's all a bit of fun. All right, so that's 198 days. Let's look at my 98 days one. Let's have a look at that. So let's have a look at 98 days. And it's coming up here. 98 days. Okay, 5 million. So that makes sense, right? About half. So 5 million there. There we go. So about every 100 days is about half. That's pretty, makes a lot of sense. Let's have a look at my 21 days though. So 5 million for my 98 days. Let's look at my 21 days, which is 3 weeks. 3 weeks. I figured maybe the market might mature a little bit over that time. So that's a sort of a short-term play. And that's currently just over 1 million. So just over 1 million in 3 weeks. So hopefully there'll be a decent market price in 3 weeks. That's pretty much it. So 1 million in 3 weeks here. And let's have a look at the shortest one I have, which is 7 days. Let's have a look at that. 7 days here. So there's a trade-off, right? There's you can mint longer and you get a lot more, right? But there's a lot more people coming. A lot more people can do more accounts, right? So the massive inflation competing against you. But the shorter play, there's less going to be out in the market, and maybe that's a more price pressure environment. So it's going to be interesting to see whether those things play out at all. So the 7 day is at 330,000. So in 7 days, that's what I'm looking at the moment. Obviously, the more people that mint coming behind me, the higher the number is going to be. Let's see if I can, in 7 days, if it will get, how high it will get. It's going to be fun to watch. So that's pretty much it on there. So hopefully that's some cool insights to see who else is in the chat there. We're going to refresh that page and see what else we got in terms of comments on the XEN product. We've covered Pulsechain and the Hex insights from Richard. We've just talked about XEN. We're going to come back to XEN though. Let's have a look here. What else there? My brain lol, says Sandy Beach. Whenever Richard releases testnet v3, the launch is truly around the corner. Absolutely. He said it was going to be tight. So that launch to the v3 testnet was going to be tight around that around the launch. So that's absolutely right, Enchanted. I feel like staking all my Hex for 1 month to get quick yield in case the launch, and if the market changes by February, says Christian. And what else? Sandy Beach. I was traveling today. I was able to mint some XEN on my wallet, one of my wallets. Do I still have time tomorrow? You have plenty of time, Sandy. You can mint anytime you want. Obviously, the numbers are slowly going against you, but it's slow. So you're in day one still, so you got plenty of time. When do you think XEN will have value? Well, it could have value as soon as tomorrow. But of course, the liquidity pools will be pretty thin, and it could be pretty crazy little kind of stuff there, Christian. So I imagine it's going to be crazy for a little while there. Very thin amount relatively. Keela Craigson House, did you watch K4K video? Can make a bunch of accounts, bots, and due to dilute everyone who minted once or twice. Yeah, Killer, we already knew all that stuff, so there's nothing new in K4K's video, but we appreciate it, of course. But there's nothing new in there. We already knew lots of bots could mint, and lots of people could mint hundreds and thousands of wallets, so nothing new there. We already knew there was going to be lots of inflation, nothing new there, and of course, most of us were just taking it for the fun it was, so that's pretty much it. Brazotti says, what's the high gas fee cause? It was coded badly. Richard has said bad devs do stuff like that, and they should do better to not cause high gas fees. Well, he actually thought it was not going to have an impact on the gas fee market, and there it is. So it did. I found it going to be hard to believe that because it was the interest was so high in it. The interest is so high. He has a huge following. A lot of YouTubers got into it, and a lot of the community were jumping onto it. As I said, I had so many people asking me questions. How do you do this? How do you do that? And they ended up making those 5 how-to videos and so forth. So yeah, which you can find, of course, if you want to find those. They're under new token links in our Discord. and of course they under here. So these are the official Zen free claims, the Hex Token tutorials that I did, which are basically just how-tos, and of course some notes there to give you some guidance, extra stuff in there. I did say some people might play a short game by minting on some wallets for a little while to get tokens and play to the market hype there. I think there are a few spelling mistakes in there. Market hype, but get more tokens longer. A longer time is better. So it depends on what you want to play out there. I think that the short game has a lot of validity to it, but the long game, you never know. Now, obviously, those metrics, that's 4 years and 10 years. So if you look at the metrics, this chart is really useful because it tells you that in 8 years, the amplifier is going to go down. So this is a long game thing. If it ever does eventuate to anything, it really is a long game. Doesn't mean there's not going to be price spikes because this is crypto, man. People are going to price things up. And of course, the APY there, 20% down to 2% over 4 years. So once people start staking their stuff, it's going to go down. But this massive inflation just ballooning out here. Nothing new there. The early adoption multiplier will fall every 100,000 people, and we're about to hit 100,000. We'll hit that soon. I don't know, in an hour or two. It won't be too far away, a couple of hours maybe away. So I'm trying to think how many hours it's been. 6, 7, 4, 4, 5 hours. So maybe another an hour and a half, something like that, 2 hours. We might hit that 100,000 mark, and it dropped by 0.1%. Pretty cool. So yeah, there is a pretty cool stuff there. All right, so cool. Let us get back to that. That was pretty cool stuff there. KG had a great stream, says Sandy Beach. Yeah, I didn't get to see a lot of it. I just quickly saw that it was up, and of course you can see that on YouTube there under KG. He started a stream. He did a launch stream with Jack Levin, the founder. Soon Zen will be on the market is tomorrow. Yep. Whenever somebody mints some after 24 hours and puts some in a liquidity pool, paired with USDC or something. That's right. Katie in house there with the Supermans. Hexkins run this place, says Priz. That sounds like it. Yeah. Dave says, hey, Superman, I tried to super chat, but Hexo must have shadow banned me back in the day when I threw too much truth out there. Lots of OGs don't like me because I'm not a RH worshiper. I call it as I see it, says Davis. Hey, man, you're welcome to crypto. Crypto is a place of freedom. So I agree with your sentiments there. XEN delayed for 20 odd minutes and a C rank initially 125 initially and not enough ETH for gas in the account. Okay, cool. Thanks for that insight there, Ashtree. And we are leaving to the Pulsechain. Take the fields while you still can. You ERC sons of family show, says for us. Nice one. I like that. Did I miss the RH stream recap? Yes, Sandy Beach, I did that at the beginning, but I have posted one of the short videos on. I'm going to post the other video after this live stream. So, yeah, definitely catch up to that. Do we get copies of Zen on the Pulsechain? Yeah, because it's going to get forked over. So, yep. I feel to make a 1 or 2 day mint so I can cash them. I'm already minted on 2 accounts. Nice one, Christian. Yeah, there's a bit of a short game, long game thing to play out, maybe a mid game as well. You could see mine. I did 7 days, 21 days, 98 days, 198 days, 298 days, and 1 325. I'm happy with that. It's a bit of fun. A few dollars for a bit of fun. That's fine. You just never know. My short play might allow me to go free carry. You just never know, right? You never know on that one. Kate, thanks, Katie. I was in the RH stream chat, but it was going in and out, so I missed some things. Dave Feder in the house. Hey, David. Woohoo! Dave Feder's in the house, everybody. Good evening, Superman, everybody. Great to see David. And, yeah, much love to David. And, of course, Blobfish King says XEN launch was about 15 minutes late. Yep. So 15, 20 minutes there. Where it says contract, is that contract address for the future token? Yeah. So when tomorrow we'll see the actual tokens play out. So when we go to Zen here, tomorrow we'll see some Zen in here and some holders. So stay tuned. That's probably in about 14 hours time at the earliest, because obviously the minting their claim. Imagine that some of the early claimers did that. So maybe 15 hours or something. And then maybe sometime tomorrow, we will see some liquidity pool pop up. Of course, it's going to be pretty thin, pretty volatile, and just the way it goes. So cool. Now, I wonder, Trayvon said he was going to do 369 wallets, and I think he was talking about sending 0.01, which is about $13, $14 to each of them, which is kind of what I did, but not because he did it, but that's all I was going to do was 5 wallets. I was going to do 5 wallets with cover a few dollars. Now, I knew the gas fee was going to be high, and I was saying to myself when I put the 0.01 in, I said, the gas fee is going to be high. I know it. And I still put in that amount. I probably need about 0.015 in the wallet. But I was just being a Scrooge. I was being a Scrooge. Anyway, I didn't wake up anyway with the alarm clock, so it didn't matter anyway. And then it was 20 minutes delayed, so it worked out not too bad. Like I say, by the time I logged on to the XEN website here, by the time I logged on here, it was 20,000 global rank on it, so it didn't matter much. The 300 days was open, and that's one of the other strategies, right? Some let it go 5,000, open it 300-day strategy. If you believe in it long term, you can stake longer and do better. So there you are. Hey, we're up to 80,000, which means when we get to 100,000, we're going to have our first EAA decrease down to 9.9. And of course, the faster this goes up, we get millions of people in here, then obviously this is going to go down real fast by 1 percentage point. So the early adopter amplifier thing's going to disappear. The amplifier there goes down by 1 every day for over 8 years. Pretty crazy stuff there. And of course, the APY for staking goes down every 90 days. So and that's, of course, that's not going to be for future there. 7 hours since Genesis time, man. Is that crazy? This might do, pretty well. But of course, it's just for fun. It's just entertainment. I wouldn't take it too serious. If it turns into something great. But I consider this far more speculative than a probable project like we'd like to talk about in our golden products with Richard Hart. So just take that into account and get to, like I say, lots of bots can mint, heaps of accounts, devs and all sorts of stuff. We already know all this stuff, and we've talked about that before. All right, cool. David says, hey, David, you got mentioned here too, David. Look, David, I got the tutorial of XEN video here, so congrats on that one. Guess we should retweet David's tweet there. What else there? Katie, really? Give me a hint. Yeah, Katie. Katie did a really good job of that because it's a lot to handle launch especially when it delays and things. So did really cool. Now, Jack Levin did show I think it was his Google account. It shows the map of the world, shows you all the people using the site and all that stuff. It was really cool to see that stuff. I had a picture of the world map, and you can see all the people using it. And I think he was saying something like 15,000 people at some stage were using it. So it was pretty crazy. So yeah, amazing. XEN is stacking up to 50% of the ETH gas traffic. Yeah, pretty big on the gas traffic there. Katie says, I just want to know when Pulsechain's here. 1 day closer, Sandy Beach, 1 day closer. That's not good. If it goes down, that means less forever mints after that. And Marco Valley says, hashtag feed the feta. Nice XEN video. What's the EPOS fork talk? ETH proof of stake fork talk. Yeah, we talked about that in the beginning of the live stream. Steve D's in the house there. Hey guys, thank you for your epic live streams. Hey Steve D, you're welcome. And not all 90% left with 1%. Exodal, not all, but 99% and left with 1%. What else we got there? Jump in here through all these. Fat Sammy's in the house. Hey Fat Sammy, good to see you. Bob Wells as well. Hello, good to see Bob Wells. Jumping through some of these. Sandy Peach says Briz. And I was going to connect my main MetaMask, but I'm scared that something can happen and my other coins get taken. Christian, never use your main wallet. Never use your main wallet, Christian. Never use your main wallet. Set up a separate wallet, man. Put some ETH in there or something. Don't use your main wallets. Protect your Pulsechain, your Hex sacrifices, your Hex stakes, and your Pulsechain sacrifices. Really, just don't do it. Don't do it. Honestly, that's a basics here. We talk about that all the time. Yeah. Neil's in the house there. Hello all. Hey Neil, good to see you. Susie Q in the house. Woohoo! Hey, wonderful. Good to see you, Susie Q. What else there? Bob says, I created a monster and my son, he minted 5 wallets, $40 gas each. Are you kidding me? That must have been right at the beginning, Bob. Actually, you were at the beginning, weren't you, Bob? You got a really early global rank, so congratulations there. Ted says, I did 10 wallets just now, $60 in gas. Nice one there, Ted. And like I say, it's all a bit of fun. I hope you got enough gas money for the Lambo suit, man, says James. Yeah. I've got 7 accounts. I'm happy with that, man. I'm happy with that. That's really just a bit of fun for me. David says, thanks, my man. I hope folks find it useful. Yeah, true. So people can definitely check that out. And actually, I'll post the link to the tweet there if people want to go see David's video. Bam, there it is on the tweets. Mick says, thank you, Mr. Feder. And glad I can make a live stream, says Bob Hayes. Always good to see you. J-Man's in the house as well. Ted Nelson says, Christian, Superman helped me set up a new profile on Chrome. Then I made separate wallets on that profile. The instructions are on Discord under the handle Hex Pilot. Nice one there, Ted. I was up and trying, missed the reality, really early C ranks. Yeah, apparently people that tried to get early C ranks, they ended up having to wait. The gas took so long, they ended up getting like 100 later. Like if you, it was pretty much that. So pretty cool. So all right, so let's jump back here. Let's have a look at the rate now. We're probably, who knows, we could end up hitting 100,000 and getting the EAA down and within the live stream. We're up to 80,374. Crazy. Yeah, we might end up doing that. That's pretty still. All right, let's jump away, folks. We're going to have a look at the markets. We're going to come back to XEN, but let's jump away here at the moment. We've got BTC at 19,418. We've got ETH at $1,314, sorry, and BNB at 276, which is still down quite a bit there. But XRP was doing pretty well yesterday, still at 51 cents. And of course, you can see that there at the moment. So it's pretty cool. There's a few little green shoots around there, like XLM, Atom, and stuff like that. And what's this one? Lunar Classic still surviving around there too. And that's pretty much it. So still holding up pretty much. Shame to see BTC go below 19,600, 700. And we'll see how we get on from here. All right, so cool. Let's go to the Hex charts, and bam, here we are. Hex currently at 3.273 cents. Let's full screen this because we want to have a better look at the time zone here. So it definitely looks like a nice little accumulation zone here. We have been down here twice, the 2.8 cents on these 2 wicks here approximately. This one's slightly lower, but pretty much that. And hey, look, maybe it's those final moments, maybe a month moving sideways, accumulate, and then it's going to take off. Well, who knows? We'll see. Maybe it's 6 weeks away. But we have got the interest rate rises in February and November. I don't want to underplay those because they're obviously moving from cheap money to more expensive money. And so, yeah, we do have the inflation numbers coming out next week. They're going to be very important. If they come down naturally, that's going to take a bit of ease off the market, and we could get the market really pumping with that if we see some easing in the inflation rate. So we'll see. Obviously, the core inflation rate is important too. That excludes food and excludes energy. We have seen obviously the oil cartel pretty much moving reducing the supply, and OPEC lifting the reducing supply and pushing the market up there. So pretty cool. We'll see how that goes. All right, so cool. That is where we're at the moment. Maxi at the moment is currently at 6.926 cents. But let's have a look at the premium, which is what we really care about here, and see how that's holding up. Updates. So let's hold on to your hats for that one. Hold on to your hats, your Top Gun hats. All right, so we're at 2.10. So yep, still struggling to move any higher from here at 2.1. Still has a higher low though. So we'll just have to see where it goes. Obviously, the news has played out. We're currently at 210, which is still pretty good, right? Still pretty good. Remember, 90 million, over 90 million, it was 92 million. Maxi got put into the burn, the 369 contract in the mystery box, which was about 32% of Maxi. So one should help keep that premium up there now that supply is so much rarer to get, either burned or delayed for a long time. So cool. That is pretty much it on there. The Maxi team premium, let's have a look at that. It's currently at 1.23, holding up pretty nicely. Down a bit from yesterday, which was at 125 and 1.25 there, so just down slightly, but holding up okay. Hedron, of course, is the talk of the town. And, of course, man, look at that, 4,054. Obviously, a bit of a pullback and profit taking there today, and with the market pulling back, but still that uptrend nicely in place. And, of course, how long we've got to go to the 14th of November. What's that, a month away. This is actually getting juicy now. Yeah, as you remember, my plays were kind of like Pulse Dodge coin. That's probably going to play out within the next week in my view. And then of course the Hedron Icosa, but of course the timing of that was always difficult to tell. We did have Poly Maximus come out here, give a nice little rally on, and currently we're at 4,000 at the moment, getting up to 4,500 just back down here at the moment. So this is looking really good. 4 weeks to go. There's definitely an entry point from now on, I think, with 4 weeks. And I would normally say probably 2 weeks leading up, maybe 3 weeks tops. But I think obviously with Poly Maximus and what's the day 5 of development gone, gone on there with dip catcher. It's pretty cool. This is looking pretty nice, right? Yeah, definitely we've probably got 2 plays going on at the moment. These are probable plays, and of course Hex, accumulating Hex underneath as always. It looks like pretty good too. So it's actually looking pretty nice in our ecosystem, right? These things, the stars are kind of aligned there. But that being said, of course, we still have the interest rates in November, which is always going to give us uncertainty. Definitely look out for that inflation number next week. It'll be very important. All right, cool. Let's have a look at the Hex whale bot. But before we do that, we'll get into Icosa. Icosa are currently at $1.07, holding up pretty nicely. And Team USD there, that pool's a bit thin, but it's saying 5.6, but I think it's a little thin on that one. That's pretty much it. Let's get into the whale bot. We had 7.6 million 24 hours bought for $250,000. We had 80 million Hex stake for 26 days, one of these short, big stakers that we are so familiar with. We had a lot of candles coming out, so no surprises there. 40 million in stake 14 hours ago with a 12% APY. That was 184 days, so that was pretty good. 5 million bought for 163,000 14 hours ago. What else there? I think that's pretty much it. And 38 million just in staked. We have crossed over to the new day now, so we're going to talk about Hex daily stats coming up too. They only serve 6 days out of 30. Are you kidding me? Negative 2.3% APY. Reward 61,000. Penalty 918,000. I don't know what's happening there. That's a little bit crazy there. Let's see if anyone else got any comments on that one. Learn too. Early in stakes. Yeah. That's true. So if you don't know emergency in-stake formulas, you should learn that chart there. But definitely that's some crazy stuff right there. There is a formula for under 180 days, so just remember that. Some crazy stuff there. And one of my homies, yeah, it's pretty funny, man. Oh my goodness. Even Christina Hype's in there. That's pretty funny there. I love them. I feel like actually I should probably follow Christina on there. Pretty funny there. Okay. Yeah. That's about right there. Forever and always grateful. Oh my gosh. Thanks for the million hits. Yeah. That's pretty funny, man. That is crazy stuff right there. But no, he wasn't ready. Damn. There's some crazy stuff happens. I do feel sorry for people. I don't know what happens there. We don't really know the backstory, but there we are. That's the Hex whale bot. Let's get into the stake percentage to look at the global stakes. And of course, let's look just to the end of the year. I may start looking into next year soon because we're getting pretty close to that. We haven't got far to go. Look at this. This is all we've got left. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 candles that are over 300 million. We've got 4 of them left, and we've got almost this one here, a couple just under there. But yeah, we've got the next candle coming out 11th of October, right up to the end of the year. So that's pretty much it on that one. So cool. No billion candles left. Woohoo! Rock on. All right, cool. That's pretty much it. Now we're going to jump into Pulsepot quickly. But before we do that, we're going to quickly jump through the BNB meme coins. We're currently at 3.39 cents, just under, not really much change, just down 6% there on Pulse Dodge. Actually, there's a lot of change, actually. I just realized that's gone down quite a bit there. So that's down 6% on Pulse Dodge, the original. We've got 9.5 cents on P33, so that's really struggling. Remember, P33 is related to Free Pulse, Hot Pulse list, but their meme coin's really struggling. And of course, the IM there is down at 6,000. That's also struggling as well. No, not too much to see on the BNB chain there. We're going to have a look at Pulse Dodge. This is one of the 2 plays, of course. Hedron play and Pulse Dodge. Obviously, accumulating Hex is a kind of a given there. Once again, not investment advice to your own due diligence. Down at the moment, so cheaper entry points, $4.08. And of course, we did see a sneak peek of the Bitcoin Pulse Bitcoin site, but now it is password protected. So we saw a sneak peek. I'm not sure if that was supposed to happen. Now the password protected the site. So there we are. This is the way it goes. But if you watched our show the other day, we actually showed the minting dApp there. And I'm excited about it, to be honest. I think it's going to be pretty good. And looking forward to that. So that's kind of we're waiting for that to drop. Now I do think we're probably within the next week's time frame. There's probably when we can probably see that now. It's got to be very, very close indeed, especially after seeing the dApp front end there. So cool. The weight token there, of course, is at half a penny, just skimming along the bottom. As you can see, the weight token, the longer you wait, it's skimming along the bottom there. Pretty much that is that. Let's look at the founders tokens here. Now Richard did talk a bit about some of the founders coins during his live stream with XO. And of course, we do cover them. But obviously, these are speculative, and of course, they're the tokens, the tokenomics there. We have taken off Dodeca right after it got floored with the 1% on that contract. And of course, we pulled that one. This one here is Conrad Zen here, who does need to get a Starlink satellite set up if he wants to be able to stream properly and without any issues. I did watch a Starlink streaming service, and it was doing like 160 megabits per second download, which wasn't too bad. That was out in the country here somewhere. So it didn't seem pretty good to me. Anyway, this is holding up pretty well so far. Obviously, I don't generally like taxes on projects. Typically, they end up winding down. But at the moment, this one's holding up over its support level of 0.7 of a penny. That's pretty much it at the moment. So big shout out to Pulse Beta and Social Struggle, and they seem to be doing okay. Obviously, it has a burn fee and a trading fee that goes to the people that hold it, so you get more PZN for free. But like I said, I don't think it's really a great income thing given the risk return trade-off until it gets to like 3 or 4 cents. Then I think that's quite a decent one there. Once again, it's you can speculative. That's pretty much it. The more token from Trayvon, man, oh man, this thing, man, you got to have some balls of steel, as it were, balls of steel. Am I allowed to say that on a family channel? Balls of steel. We're down here at 85 cents. We got a lower low of 70 cents there with a spike down to 61 cents. We got lower highs. Not a great looking chart, folks. And of course, there was a nice big pump up here to $1.13, but now it's down to 89. We're down at 83. I don't like this chart at all. But once again, shout out to Trayvon. He's been doing some really nice videos about Zen and all of other stuff. I mean, he's a good YouTuber. So and he's been around for 6 years. Woohoo! 6 years. I can't remember his intro, but it's pretty fun. Anyway, so big shout out to Trayvon there. All right, so that's pretty much it. Let's jump over to BNB. Woohoo! And before we do that, of course, we're going to get into the chat and catch up on what people are saying. And let's see who else has arrived. Let's jump back up here. I think we've got a few more people in the house, so welcome everybody. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. Hey, we hit 6,000 subscribers, which was pretty cool the other day. And we're onwards up to 7,000 now. That's our next target. Pulsechain, Pulsex, and of course, Hex. That's how we roll. What else? We got a couple more comments. I'm just trying to get back up here. There was a lot more comments than I expected to see. Let's get up here. I think we got up to there. We got up to there. We got up to there. And actually, not too bad, actually. Pac-Man's in the house, loaded 500 million as Zen. Good going, says Pac-Man. And Susie Q says, hello. What else there? Jumping through those. Mikey's in the house. Hey all. Hi Superman. I'm late. Been fighting with phone. Couldn't mint Zen, but like Sammy said, no need to FOMO. Got to rewind and catch up. Hey, nice one, Mikey. Welcome. Yeah, no rush for the Zen there, really. Getting on the first day should be fine. That's nice and early. It's not the first day. Obviously, there could end up being millions of people mint. There could end up pittering out after maybe 200,000. Who knows? But yeah, it's pretty easy. I think it's going to keep going, to be honest. But it's a very much a fun experiment. So that's where I put it. I like the PLSD app, says Katie. Yeah, the PLSD Pulse Bitcoin looks really cool. I did show it the other day, but it has been password protected now. So you might have to go to my live stream the other day. I think it was 2 days ago where I showed that. Steel is strong, says Mix. And DB Cooper in the house as well. Good to see you, DB. Pools of steel, says Sandy Beach. Sure. I've got Sandy Beach's approval, so that's good to know. Thanks, Sandy. Tim Tots in the house there. We can't time you out so you can say it. Woohoo! Yeah. I rug pull myself. It's supposed to be a family channel. I've got to keep my standards. I think Superman can say what he wishes. No, I can't, Bob. I try to keep to my own standards there. And yeah, so I think that was probably pushing it to the boundary, but I think I'm okay. Proof of participation anytime you want, says Mix. Anytime you want. Yeah, I tried to hold myself to the same standards. So I have deleted my own comments before. It's crazy stuff, I know, but it does happen. All right, so cool. Where else are we going here? We're going to jump back to BNB pot here. Now, obviously, the big news here, let me just refresh this to make sure there's no other updates, but they ended up deferring. So the launch has been deferred. I think it's been deferred like about 8 days. So it's now, we've got about 10 days to go. So let me have a look on the, I think, so 9 hours and 23 days to go. So we're under 10 days now, and it's been deferred. Now, I think there was an update on Telegram. I'm not on Telegram, so I haven't seen that. So if you have been on Telegram and you have seen any fuller update, let us know in the chat. I'm just not on there. So we've got 9 days and 23. Now, this is a speculative play, but this is one of my ones I like. I really like this one. So if we have the XEN all the way over here on the speculation play, we have this at the conservative part of the speculative play, because I think it's going to be amazing. The world's first decentralized peer-to-peer. That's very important to remember. Peer-to-peer crypto casino. And of course, people get to own the house tables. The people get to bet against each other peer-to-peer, particularly with the jackpot product, which I haven't seen before. And I think that's a very enticing. So we're going to have a lot of fun with that. Then roulette's supposed to come out pretty fast after that. Now, the staking percentage at the moment looking amazing, and 62.69%. This excludes the devs wallet, but it includes the participation wallet, which is 100,000. So that's the reward wallet for people playing. So in the first, when it launches, there's going to be a reward wallet for the jackpot. What that means is that if you look at the tokenomics, let's look at the participation here. Every jackpot that will have 1 BNBP bonus added by default. So every game that plays with jackpot will have that. For every $100 in the pot, 1 BNB is added to the bonus. Max 50 BNBP is bonus per jackpot. Now, this is not for people investing in certificate deposits like Hex. This is for people that like the game. And so something like 60-70% of Americans play some form of gaming, gambling, casino type thing, iGaming, whatever you want to call it. And so this is really for that market. So it's pretty cool. But what this does is it makes it more secure, and of course it's peer-to-peer trustless, so you don't get that with centralized exchange. Also, it takes away the house edge, if you look at it like that point of view, particularly from the jackpot game. So it's really is cool. Benefits the people, and of course it has the highest payout there. So I can't remember the terminology for it. Let me just see if I can find that. No, I can't see it on that page either. Is it on the about page? Not sure. Yeah. Lowest fees and highest RTP in the industry, which basically I think means return to player. So that's pretty cool. So I think that's a big deal. And of course, the first game going to be jackpot, then roulette's coming up pretty fast afterwards. And then I think later on we'll have fortune wheel, price calls, then sports, and of course slot machines are coming as well. And I think there's probably 1 or 2 others on the menu there. Now, I'm not sure about table games like poker and blackjack, but obviously those are a big part of it as well. But I'm pretty sure those will probably end up coming down the line there somewhere. Pretty cool. This is the first of 5 chains, of course. Pulsechain was the intended first target, but of course Pulsechain is not here yet. So BNB has been launched first, which I think is a good move. And of course, it's been pretty fun. It's been pretty good. So that's pretty much there on the market at the moment. Of course, the price is $10.78. So holding up pretty nicely there on the old BNBP. So it's $10.78 at the moment. So not looking pretty good. And of course, let's go to the daily candles, have a look at the history. We can see that's the history at the moment. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So about 8.5 days, because I think there was only a half day or something. So about 8.5 days so far. And we've got 10 days to go until it launches. So I'm very excited for this. It's going to be epic. So there we are, holding up pretty good. All right, so I think that's pretty much it. There's only 1 million BNBP in the market, remember? And of course, you can go to contract and go to read only. You can see the total staked amount down the bottom here is 617,898 is staked out of that 1 million. Very nice. And we've still got 10 days to go. How high is it going to get to? It's going to be pretty crazy. And of course, we've got the so that's the numerator. The denominator is the user balance down here. That's 985,695. Obviously, the difference between 1 million and this number is the amount in the Uniswap liquidity pool. And there are now 2 liquidity pools now. It's also been listed on Nomics, Crypto, CoinGecko, and Crypto Market Cap, and it's got all the market caps there as well. So moving along pretty nicely in my view, and looking forward to the launch. I'm sure that there's a good reason for the delay. I'm not sure if it was related to the BSC chain being down after the bridge hack, but whether it was just to do with product development or something like that, maybe some other mechanics around the marketing and things. So we'll just have to wait and see on that one. But let's check the chat there, see if anyone else knows anything. Doesn't look anyone else knows anything there, so cool. Hex Down Under's in the house there. Morning, Superman. XEN launch was hectic. The chats were funny. I bet they were. And footballs of steel are mighty strong, says Neil. Well said there. Elliot says, congrats on the 6,000 subs, Hex Token. I appreciate that, Elliot. Big shout out to you. And yeah, it was a lot of fun for sure. And yes, family channel, but we tried to keep to those standards. Very, very cool. No drama channel and family channel. That's pretty much the 2 principles of our chat. And Bob Wells says, Link Superman can say what he wishes. Yeah, no, I try to keep myself to those standards. So have deleted my own comments before. That was not a joke. That's actually real. All right, cool. That's pretty much where we're at to there. I think we've covered everything and looking good there. So obviously all the links to these, the BNB pot are in the new token links. So it is at the top here. Spotlight project launch on BNB. So that's there as well. And remember, this is the speculative part of crypto compared to Pulsechain, Richard Hart tokens, which are the golden standard. I always talk about a 95, say 95% versus a 5% playing around, having fun. That's where the XEN lives and stuff like that. So just take that into account. I'm not, don't put your life savings in these things, but definitely pretty cool. All right, as way we go. All right, so that's pretty much it. If you haven't joined our Discord, the link's in the video description. Get in there, folks. And man, we've got a cool team. Community leaders, Fat Sammy and Brian. We've got awesome moderators, KD, Sandy Beach, and many others, Fat Sammy. There's lots of people. I think we've got 10 moderators in there. We've got syndicated YouTubers with Craig from Gen Hex there, who had a show on earlier. And, of course, Heinz Crypto on there as well. We may end up having one or two other names coming in here too. So stay tuned for that. We are going to be looking at more strategies around Pulsechain adoption and Hex adoption. So you'll see some, hopefully some stuff that plays into that. And we're going to be doing it from a different perspective. Different methods. So pretty cool. If you're a Hex Token channel on YouTube, you can hit the join button. We've got Pulsekins, Hexkins, and Richard Hart Club. You can join that, support our channel as we talk about Pulsechain, Hex, and PulseX every day. We on this channel, we regularly do PulseX videos. In other words, we go and we do our yield farming and trading. Every couple of days, we go and harvest the farm there. And, of course, we do that consistently. So you always get some PulseX stuff here. We have got video tutorials on Pulsechain and PulseX as well. And, of course, Richard always encourages people to play around with these because you just never know when it's going to launch. Pulsechain Bridge, of course, and PulseX tutorials. And you can find those here as well. Useful links on everything, man. Everything in the ecosystem. Pulsechain, PulseX, Hex, and of course onboarding tools. Everything's in here. Really is cool library of things. Now, if you want to look at Pulse chat, so we got the general chat for Rich Hart tokens here, including a price chat, non-crypto chat, general chat. We also got voice chats there as well, crypto, money, and social chat. But we also have a separate one for Pulsechain projects. These are riskier, right? These are outside the Richard Hart Golden products. And of course, we have a new chat there and a new token links there for all these new tokens that are popping up, including the Pulse Police, the Pulsechain list here, over 120 projects there on Pulse, Hex Pulse Sacrifices, all the sacrifices, and Pulse Hot List reviews. So there's lots of stuff, plenty of stuff for everybody, and a private chat there for the Hex Token channel members, as well as a purple name if you join the channel. So pretty cool. Standard members are in blue, and man, we've got a cool community and good information. What more could you ask for? And we try to make onboarding safe, and of course, we've got cool people like Brian that help, and Fat Sammy and other people that help onboard people, and Katie as well in there that help people, become Hexkins, become Pulsekins, and of course help them generally with crypto and setting up wallets and security and things like that. So it's pretty cool. All right, so the link's in the video description for that. Let me jump away. I think we've covered BNB pot there. We're going to jump out of all that, and we're going to look at Pulse Bitcoin. Obviously, Pulse Bitcoin is coming up here. This was the last update we had. Are you prepared? Pulse Bitcoin is the best marketing bridge that connects Hexkins and Pulsechain to the traditional crypto. It's going to be nuts. So we are looking forward to that. I think it's going to be pretty exciting. I do like what I see out of that team. Some of the communications are a little funny, but apart from that, it's pretty good. Maximus, of course, we've got Dipcatcher, and of course, Goldkey over there, and Maximus doing amazing things. Obviously, Poly Maximus is going to be epic for Hedron bids. So if you're not familiar, Hedron, of course, is having their big HSI sale, something like 60,000 T-shares up for grabs. And of course, about 2,500 there. I think it's on the 14th of November. And of course, we're going to see that on the Hedron DApp there under liquidations. When the ICOSA contract buys people's HSI stakes, excuse me, it gives them ICOSA in return. It takes those HSI stakes and borrows the Hedron against them. And then, of course, it defaults on the 90-day default there, and they go to the liquidation auctions. And that's what we're expecting in November there on the 14th. And, of course, it's going to be huge. Like 2,500 probably of them in a day. It's going to be pretty crazy. Now, Dipcatcher's been developing code and everything else probably to assess the valuation and to bid on them. And, of course, if you fail to bid, you bid on the next best one, and so on and so on and so on. So it really is a great way for retail to get into it. And of course, he's done day 5. ICOSA HSI appraisals, create API endpoint for collecting the value of addresses stakes, T-shares, estimate future earnings and to-date earnings. So very nice. Record HSI addresses to their ICOSA HSI data table and measure estimate stake value. So he does that all on YouTube. Really is cool there. And nice there for stuff. So really cool. And of course, they're just kicking out stuff like that, just adding value to the community, which is awesome, eh? Isn't it so good? So just non-stop value and really exciting. So definitely check that out on Maximus. We do appreciate what they are doing there. So that's pretty much that. And we've got the Hex Daily Stats coming out. Day 1041 is hot off the press. It's probably a bit hot, actually. A bit cooling. It's probably cooling down. We're 47 minutes into the day 1042. So it is getting cooler. But normally it's hot off the press. And of course, 1095 days minus 1042. We are currently 53 days from Hex's 3rd birthday, 2nd December 2022. And of course, we enter Hex's 4th year, which is mind-blowing. Woohoo! It's going to be awesome. And of course, you get paid your T-shares every day. It's pretty cool. Hex is all about T-shares, getting those T-shares. And of course, it is the ultimate. So definitely get yourself some T-shares. Do your investment due diligence. Of course, nothing on this channel is investment advice. So day 1041, we're at the 8th of August. No, 8th of October. It's not August. It's October. The 8th of October, 2022. We've got the price down slightly at 1.7%, which means you can get it cheaper, which is 3.263 cents there. And of course, the payout per T-share 6.178. The last couple of days, we've had some nice penalties in there. Today's a bit of a softer day. The T-share price there, $792, and the T-share rate's gone up 5.8 today to 24,274 as it heads up towards 25,000. Now, obviously, when you stake Hex, your Hex gets burned, and in return, you get some shares, and your shares give you a share of the reward pool. That's pretty much how it works. And of course, every year that you stake, you get an extra 20% more shares up to 10 years. So that's 200% more. So basically, if you stake out 10 years or even longer than maybe 2 years, whatever, you're going to get more and more shares up. And so this would only cost you a third of the price if you stake for 10 years out. So that's one way of getting more T-shares. Longer pays better. Increase it. So the average stake length there, 6.67 years. Yay! We're off the 666 mark now. That was a bad omen, but we've moved past that now. 6.67 years is the average stake length, which is pretty amazing as well. And of course, the annual percentage yield rate there, yield and emergency in-state penalties is 37.8%. Obviously, that's an incredible rate. And of course, Hex, the way Hex Pumpamentals is set up, gamification set up, that's how you can get that in this contract, which is amazing. Now, it is paid out in Hex, obviously. The price of Hex itself can go up and down versus the US dollar, but that's pretty amazing. So looking good. Liquidity in the pool, 274 million Hex. Obviously, that goes up and down with the amount of buying and selling, but it also goes up and down with the amount of people adding or removing liquidity to the pools. So it's pretty important there. The US dollars is down to 10.8 million, and the liquidity at 1,407 currently at the moment. Let's jump over to T-shares. As I said to you, Hex is easy to understand. There's a reward pool with inflation and penalties in it, and there's a ownership pool which has T-shares, which stands for trillions of shares. And of course, if the reward pool goes up slightly, and then the payout for T-share holders goes up, if the that is Hex per T-share, and of course, if the amount of owners or T-shares goes up, then obviously the T-share Hex per T-share will go down a bit. So give or take there. But generally, it's going up for the T-shares. We're expecting over time T-shares to go down, and of course the rewards to go up, Hex per T-share to go up. So and it can get quite dramatic in the future. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Longer pays better. That's pretty much how it's designed. Particularly if you're staking after 10 years, the payout for Hex is expected to absolutely go exponential, I guess, or super parabolic, something like that. So we're pretty neat. All right, T-shares down 8,000 today. And of course, let's move over to some of the other stuff there. We can see that there's currently 62.5 million Hex staked at the moment. So that's currently 62.5 billion Hex staked at the moment. And of course, some of that includes the origin accounts. Let's go over to here. The stake percentage of coins, 9.71% is staked at the moment. And like I say, some estimate that something like 90% is in what we call the origin accounts, sacrifice accounts, which is kind of, as I call it, kind of like an operational manager that supports the staker class and all its actions so far have supported that what do you call it, a thesis. Yeah, so there we are. Penalties 1.2 million today, so not too bad. Anything over $1 million is pretty good for me. We've had a couple of good days over the last 5 days for penalties, so pretty nice. Penalties are caused by people that don't operate their stakes properly. You know, they get early in stakes, good accounting, all that sort of stuff, and we get penalties. 50% of penalties go to us, 50% go to the origin accounts, and of course daughter addresses. So pretty cool. Ultimately, so cool. What else we got there? We've got the current holders up 10. Stakers up 59, so that's much better from the staking. This is the thing that we try to focus on this channel, and of course we do that on our Discord, is helping people get their T-shares. Richard Hart often says get out there and do direct promotions. Might be, you know, doing pamphlets around your local area, or getting out and just spreading the word, whatever you feel comfortable with. Just getting out those conversations and helping people get the T-shares. Obviously Hex has had a pretty good pullback and price, so it's a pretty good entry level, particularly for dollar cost averaging. And if you did get a higher price of Hex, you can get so much more volume now for Hex and sort of average that, pull that price down as well. So there's something for new people, something for people that have already got in, particularly during the bull market, and to pick up a lot of volume and pull that average price down. You can also use limit orders as well to try and pick up those wicks, and so it's a pretty good place to go. The total holders, of course, up to 500,000, almost up to 501,000, up 192. Very, very nice. Of course, we only hit that milestone 5 days ago. 500,000 on the holders. Pretty awesome. All right, we're currently up to day 1,042 and getting close to our 3rd-year birthday, and in year number 4, which is going to be pretty cool. So I'm very excited about that. So cool. That is the numbers. Hey, we're up to 100 an hour and 22, which is 7 minutes beyond which I would normally go to, but that's okay. We're having a lot of fun. All right, so let's go back. Let's refresh this Jack Levin and see how Zen's getting on. Total gas spend and see rank so far. So that was 2 hours ago. And of course, let's have a look at our global rank. We're up 81,000. Let's see what we're at the moment. Here we go. 86,000. You were not too far away. I can't wait for it, because this early image, this early amplifier number here, early adoption amplifier. I don't know why they just call it like early bonus, but easy to say. Early adoption amplifier. I guess we call it just EAA there. But every time you say EAA, you got to explain it, because new people go, "What's EAA?" So you're sort of stuck in the circle loop. That's at 10%. We're not too far away though. Maybe we're an hour away. I don't know. Maybe an hour away at 86, because that's looking pretty good there. Let's jump back to the gas prices. Gwei is 20. So Gwei is still quite stubbornly high. And of course, who's causing that? Yes, you know it. It's this current wallet here. The last 3 hours, 40%. The last 3 hours, 13% in the last 24 hours. Obviously, it's only launched like 8 hours ago. That's pretty crazy on that. So, yeah, 7 hours ago. Let's do a refresh on this again. So cool. Yes, it's 86,259. And of course, similar transit. These are all similar numbers. 7 hours since Genesis. So we're still in the 7 hours, probably just about to pop over into 8 hours soon. But yeah, remember the AMP goes down. This goes down 1 a day over 8 years. So take 8 years to get down to 0. The EAA there goes down 0.1 per every 100,000. So we're going to hit that today. We're going to go down to 9.9 today. We may even go down possibly. We'll be if we keep up a good pace, we could even go down to 9.8, possibly 9.7. We'll see. We'll see how we get on. If we get, we've got 7 hours, 21 hours, so times 3, we may get down there. Probably not. Probably 9.8. But yeah, definitely going to be interesting. So earlier does pay better, and of course this is going to go down by 1 per day, which is a pretty slow, right? Pretty slow grind. So 30 days is going to be 30 down 30. It'll be down to 2,970. It'll take a while for that. The next term, of course, is going to keep moving out there. 345 days there, and I think the peak on the max term is 1,000 days, if I remember rightly. I think it's 1,000 days. Let me go. I think pretty much 1,000 days on that. Yeah, I thought it was. I think it's 1,000. I have to check the white paper, but I'm pretty sure that is 1,000 days on that. Right, cool. Let's have a look in the chat. See where else is anyone else has got any cool things to say. Hey, got cool things to say. That's how we rate. What else there? We got Torrin in house. Good to see Torrin. Rothko says another day, another Hex payout, says Rothko. That's true. We love our Hex payouts, man. Honestly, it's so good. If you haven't checked out Hex.com, check out Hex.com, folks. A really good entry price at the moment. Obviously, do your investment due diligence. The link's in the video description to Hex.com. Now, the other thing with Hex.com is that if you pick up Hex and stake it, you get T-shares. You earn Hex every day. The other thing, of course, is that when we go up the next price rise, it's going to be pretty juicy, those returns. Also, the other thing, of course, is that you get a copy on the Pulsechain as well. So you're getting 2 for 1 at the moment. So 3.3 cent price, 2 for 1 deal. That's not bad. Have a nice day, C6 down under. You too. BC in the house there as well. What else there? Almost 84,000 minters now, going up 100 every 5 minutes. Brazology, woohoo! I like that too, Briz. Yeah, join the Discord there. That is the Discord link. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel as well. Torrance says, you calling me a minter? Yeah. I wish it was August. I'd be still on vacation, says Sandy Beach. Yeah, that was my little slip there. Roscoe says DC and Gold Key killing it. They absolutely are doing a great job. What else? They're going up every 1,000 every 5 minutes. Yeah, it's going up pretty nice. More or less, how long a bull run lasts? I don't know. Maybe 9 months. Maybe 9 months. They're shorter than the bear market, that's for sure. Any idea when Pulsechain launches? Says Paul. We're 1 day closer, but I think the soonest is possibly Christmas. But we're probably looking at Q1 next year is kind of how it feels. Richard might surprise to the upside, so maybe December. I'm going to guess on Hex's birthday, says Brian. Yeah. Thank you. I'm new, says Paul. Hey, Paul, you're welcome. All right, cool. So yeah, pretty fun there. Obviously, you can mint. The mint day is 30. It's pretty easy if you're going to mint. The links, of course, are in the Discord here, and the new links if you want to mint. That is the link there that we're looking at. This one here at the top, Hex Network. If you want to go mint, obviously it's a really bit of a fun. I wouldn't take it too seriously. We're going to have a massive inflation event, and of course, many people can mint. The first earliest we'll see a price is probably tomorrow, but it's going to be very thin liquidity. Not many people are going to be doing 1 day mints and stuff like that. There will be some, of course, and we'll see how that goes. Now, it may mature over the next couple of weeks. As I said earlier, I did a 7-day, 28-day, a 98-day, 198 day, 298 days, or 2 times 298 days, and a 325 day, which at the time I looked at it, it was at 16.5 million. Let's go check and see what those are at the moment. But let's go back to the site here. Cool. I said that we're going to have a bit of fun this one. We have had good fun here today. All right, let's have a look at my 325. We're going to go from longest to shortest and see what has happened there. So I was sitting at 16.5 million for my 325-day stake. And of course now, mint, I should say, mint. I apologize for the language. The stake is later on. So I've now gone up by $250,000 in the last, hour since I gave the last update. So I'm up $250,000 on the XEN there. So that's why I said the massive inflation event, all these people wallets coming in and so forth. So it's pretty crazy. So I wouldn't take, like I said to you, this is just a bit of fun, bit of entertainment. Don't think that, it's going to necessarily be life-changing. It may do if it keeps up, if this network effect keeps playing out, it may do. So that's really what it's about, the network effect. And the volume play is going to be big, though. So just take that into account. All right. So cool. Yeah, so that's the 325. Let's have a look at, let's all jump all the way down now. I won't go through every wallet. And let's go from 325 down to 298, because that's going to give me, a lot of people have done 300 days, right? So let's go have a look at that. So my 298 days is at 15.5 million. So that's about 1.3 million lower than my 325. Let's have a look at the, I won't do 198 because that's, let's go down to my 98 days. Let's do that one. Let's do 198. Yeah, we're going to do 198. I said I wasn't going to do it, but I'm ending up doing it. I'm crazy. Let's have a look there. 10.2 million. So that's gone up about 150,000 for the XEN there on the 198 days. What's that? 7 months, something like that, is it? So just under 7 months. What else? We got 98 days. Let's do 98 days. So this is 98 days. So just over 3 months. And let's see what this one is like. Some people are probably going, man, I did all mine for 100 and 300 days. I don't know why you got such odd numbers. Well, I'm trying to front run all those people that did 100 days and 300 days. That's why I did it. All right, so there's heaps of people probably done that though. It's not unique to me doing it. So what else there? So down to 5, almost probably up about 70,000, I think. I know up about 90,000 on the 98 days, up about 100,000. So sitting at 5,088,000 at the moment. Let's go to the 21 day. And of course, this is when maybe the markets might mature over the next 3 weeks after people mint, and maybe there's a decent price. Who knows? Just never know. Maybe I can go free carry. Who knows? It's all speculative fun. But let's have a look here. My 28 days. My 21. What did I say? 28 or 21? 21 days. Sorry. That's up about I don't know, 40,000, something like that. I think it's at 1,087,000. So there we are. Maybe Zen will be worth $1, and I've got $1 million. They'll come out in 3 weeks, and then it will plummet afterwards. Who knows? Maybe it will rally to $1 in 3 weeks, and it will plummet after that. After I sell my 1 million, that's hilarious. All right, cool. Let's have a look at my 7 day. My 7 day that's coming out in a week. And I thought about coming out in a week because I thought day 1's like silly, right? It might get some silly prices, but day 7, maybe day 7 we might have some maturity in the market there. Or maybe it's day 3. Maybe day 3 gets pumped and dumped. I don't know. It's going to be fun to see. All right, so let's have a look. I'm going to my day 7 wallet. Where's that? I've got to find that one. Okay, my day 7 wallet was my last wallet I did. My day 7 wallet was my last wallet I did. So you can do it too. You can do a day 7 wallet. You can do one. The gas fee is much cheaper now. It's 22 Gwei, but you could wait till it's like 3 Gwei and you can do one. It won't stop you from doing that. So that's 343,000 Zen coming out in a week so far. But of course, the more wallets that come in afterwards, I'm expecting by the time 7 days is up, I'm expecting us to have hundreds of thousands of wallets, if not a million or two. So I think there's plenty of time. Actually, let's do the numbers. Probably not a million or two. Obviously, if the gas gets cheaper, then yeah, we could get a million or two. So gas will be a significant player as well as much as the word of mouth and everything else. But yeah, so if we do how many people we've got now? Let's go to the mint. Let's refresh and do a quick numbers here. I am going longer than my normal live stream, but this is because this is a bit of fun. Why not? 88,164. Hey, we just switched over to 8 hours. That's just gone to 8 hours. Woohoo! So cool. 88. So that's a third of a day. So a third of a day. And this is our number here, 88,000 and a third of the day. And it's just switched over. So let's times that by 3. So if we average the same hype, obviously you get a lot of hype at the beginning. But of course, as the gas fee comes down, a lot of people, it was so expensive at the beginning, the first couple of hours. So that'll give us 264,000 in a day. Let's times that by 7. That's just for argument's sake. That'd be 1.8 million after 1 week. 1.8 million people minted after 1 week. That's if we had this linear prediction. And of course, that means yeah, it could be pretty massive afterwards. So that'd be pretty cool. We'll see how we get on there. All right, cool. That was some fun numbers there. You guys enjoyed that dream stuff there, but that's kind of where it's going at this stage. What else have we got? A couple more comments. Minute. All right, I think we're down to here. Brian says, just guess, Paul. I have had many, none right yet. Yeah, hey, Paul, don't forget to get into our Discord and subscribe to the channel if you're new. We've got lots of helpful people in the Discord, community leaders like Brian and Fat Sammy and cool moderators. I feel like staking all my liquid Hex for 30 to 100 days to get a quick yield. Then I'll take most of it and do long stakes, says Christian. Hey, Christian, you said that earlier, Christian. You said that earlier. Do it! You can't go too wrong with that. But everybody has to learn somehow. Just saying, that's true. Dave Fetter says, nice. I got in top 1,000. Yeah, well done. Yeah, there's a bit of kudos, right? We had a couple people in the Discord that got in top numbers. There's a bit of kudos in there, right? So cool. Actually, let's go to the new token chain. I'm not sure. We had a couple of people coming up here that got into the top ones. But yeah, Murky says the transaction itself took Myf also had it 21, but the transaction failed. So some people had that, but a couple of people in here got in really early. Loganian says I got C rank 21, but my computer couldn't handle the load and got failed transaction. I had 21 too, but then the transaction went through and between 30 and 100. So a couple of people were getting really early there. There's a bit of kudos with that, of course, having a high C rank. But yeah, it's kind of cool. And Christian says, Brian, I already did what we spoke about yesterday. Yes, sir. This was a bit that I left in liquid. Nice. Thank you so much, B, for Brian, for giving me your time. Appreciate it. Some people don't understand that time is dollars. Yeah, the nice one, Brian. Appreciate that. Tail 7 in house as well. I'm going to make a day 6 wallet in front run. You see, yeah, nice one, Chris. This is going to front run me. Hey, we've got our poll running, folks. Let's see how many votes. We've got 128 votes. You guys are rock stars out there, man. That is awesome. 128 votes. Did you mint Zen for some time? Let's end that poll and let's see what the final results are. That's pretty awesome. Yes, 63% minted Zen. Yep. No, 22%. I will soon. 14%. Poll complete. 128 votes. Well done, everybody. Hey, look, it's going to be a bit of fun, a bit of entertainment on the side, as it were. And don't think it more than that. I think you'd be wise not to do trip yourself up there. Yeah, let's see how we go. It's always good to have a few positions, and let's see where it heads to. But don't forget the main games, the Pro Bowl games are already in play. And of course, on this channel, obviously Hex. We've got Hedron looking really good. 4 weeks to go for that. And Pulse Dodge Coin, their DAP, probably out within the next week. As my guess there, we have to see the sneak peek of that. Looking pretty good. On the speculative play, of course, a BNB pot coming up in less than 10 days now. That's a speculative play, and but a world's first innovation target, in particular, big market in crypto, and of course globally. So that's going to be fun. And then right on the end there, for our fun speculative entertainment, we got the Zen launch, which is absolutely fun. I do like the gamification of it. I know that it's got a big inflation. Many people do many wallets, but it's going to be entertaining for the very least there, just to watch the numbers tick over. I'm expecting to see this EAA drop. Potentially, it could drop down to 9.8 over the next 24 hours. Maybe even squeeze out a 9.7% if we get that GWAI really low. And the lower the GWAI, the more people will be hyping into that bigger time. So there's a bit of a trade-off between them. Now, obviously, word of mouth, the network effects, constant YouTube promotion. Obviously, Jack Levin's channel is pretty big. All that sort of stuff feeds into the followers there. So yeah, pretty cool. We'll see how it goes. Lots of fun. All right, cool. Astro in the house there. What else we got there? Brian needs to ban yourself. You need to ban yourself, Brian. You need to mute your conversation. Tail 7 says you'll be the only person to make 1 million from 1 million coins after you dump it. Yeah. No, I'm going to get front run by Briz. Briz is going to front run me the day before, he says. All right, so cool. Sandy Beach in there. And what else there? It would be a shame if you were one day late, Superman. Yeah, that's true. That's right. So let's have a quick look at that, because if you are late when you claim, let's quickly go through that. We'll go through the white paper quickly. I just want to pull it up because there is the late claim, and let's just quickly talk about that. So obviously people are in a minting phase, and then after the minting phase, you can do the staking in there, which is a 20% APY, goes down 1% every 90 days. Let's have a look. Jump through all that, get to the tables. This is it here. So what is the process to mint Zen after establishment term? So obviously the establishment term, whatever, different days. I got 7 days, 21 days, 98 days, 198, etc. Well, basically at the end of this day, you need to get it out the first day. So you need to diarize it or not forget about it in any case, because 1 day late is 1%. But once you get up to 7 days, you lost the whole lot. So you wasted your gas fee. you got nothing left. So just remember to diarize and make sure that you claim that mint. After you claim that mint, then you'll have it in your wallet, and of course you'll be able to stake it or trade it. I guess is the way you say it. But pretty cool. Obviously staking up there is 1,000 days on the staking, so that's where I got the 1,000 from there. And yeah, what else there? You'll be able to stake Zen for a number of days between 1 and 1,000, receive APY, which will start at 20% on Zen Genesis and will decrease by 1% point every 90 days thereafter until it reaches 2%. Okay, whereupon it will stay at 2% indefinitely. So each stake's APY is fixed at the time of the stake, depending on how many days they have passed. So that's pretty easy to understand. Obviously, by the time we get down to day 1620 in the Zen life, it will be 2% there. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, what was the other thing? Mint terms, yeah. So mint term is capped at 100 days until the protocol reaches 5,000. It's adjusts logarithmically as more participants join. That's why it's up. So it's logarithmically adjusted. That's why it's up to 346 here. Let's have a quick look at the wallets here. Hey, I feel like I'm just going to keep streaming for another 20 minutes. What do you guys reckon? Just write the word go if you want me to keep streaming around Zen for another 20 minutes, because it's a bit of fun. You don't get to do this every day, right? It's launch day after all. And 346, yeah. So let's have a look here on the white paper there. The term is adjusted logarithmically, and let's have a look here. So it's going to chill out here. Look at this, guys. So here we are. As the wallets grow, we can see the curve here. We're already up to 346, right? So we're already up to 346. So we're already around here somewhere on the curve. And, of course, it's going to pitter out here. It's going to pitter out, looks like once we get to 400, it's really going to start getting flatter here. And, of course, that's after crypto rank up to 805. So we're getting pretty close to that, folks. We're getting close to that pittering out because we're already up to 89,000 and 89,000. So we're up in here somewhere. So yeah, we're up in here. So if we take that 346 down to about there, that's where we are. It's going to peter out. So once we get up to, we'll probably be around here. We'll probably be around here by the end of 24 hours. We'll probably be up to 360 days or something, somewhere in that ballpark. Yeah, somewhere maybe 365 days, and then it's going to peter out. After that, it really does slow down a lot in terms of how much you can stake, how long you can stake. Sorry, how long you can mint, do your mint phase for your mint term. So that's pretty cool. All right, so cool. That's pretty neat. I'll post that in the chat there if you want to check that out in your own time. Bam. All right, Briz says, front run by Briz. You'll have to let me know on Discord, Briz, if you front run me. Hype for David Feder in the Discord, says Fat Sammy. Nice. I did 5 days, 55, 100, 307, and 2 front run plays with 2 long-term hodls, says Dindot. Nice. I like that. Simple Believer says 87,000 wallets. Yep, we've got we're up to almost 90,000 now. They're just accelerating. As the Gwei comes down, if we get down to the low Gweis, like 7, I don't know if we're going to get that low. If people keep minting, this is the contractors that is keeping the mints up there. So it may take a little while to get us back down to anything like that. We were getting used to under 10 Gwei there for quite a while. And global rank 88,407 could go past 1 million in due course. I would imagine wallet minting will start slowly down and average out over time. Yeah. The amount of XEN your mint will be less than the gas used. Yeah, than the inflation that's coming from all the wallets minting the rate. Yeah, good observation there, KD. Smarts and top. And Chance nicely says, I have profoundly secured the C rank position 2216. Hey, Chance, probably best to delete that because I don't really want people putting their C ranks on here. Yeah, don't spread your C rank around if you want privacy. Chance nicely. I'm trying to find your comment there. Yeah, I would just I'm going to delete that. Yeah, I would prefer. No, I don't want to delete it. I don't want to report it. Remove. All right, cool. Yeah, don't appreciate not putting a C rank out there, please. Yeah, just good for your own safety and security there. Who gets the penalties? No one, says Ocean Breeze. Jack 21 Googler, my wallet is 21 miner and XEN boom, says Crypto Jack. Is it really? Did you really get 21? I would probably delete that too, Crypto King. We really don't want to have that. Go, says David. Go. I like it, David. Brian says, hee. Go, Sandy says, go. Yeah, we're going. We're already on. 4 more hours. I don't know if I can do 4 more hours, man. I do have some chores to do. Some of us have chores, Briz. Some of us have chores. Go. Yeah. Keep the pump going, Superman says, Jane. You're welcome. We're still on. That's for sure. Go. Neil says, go. Just do it. We are doing it. Superman, what's your opinion on Radio City Project? I haven't done anything about it there, Christian. Feel free to post a link in the new token chat and I'll check it out. I just grabbed 2 more and 7 and 30 days, only $5 gas. Much better. Yeah, much better. I think that's probably a good play there, Rob. Nice one. What else there? Did you say Radio? Do you mean Power City? Oh, well, you mean Power City. I'm doing a video on Power City, so that's coming out soon. 90218 minters. I thought it was going to be 90210. Brian, that would have been funny. 90210 minters. That would have been really funny. 90210. Man, I used to watch that stuff. Power City, my bad, says Christian. Yeah. I'm doing a video on that, so you'll hear about that soon. Mix, more power, baby. I paid $30 for a rank under 6,000, says Daniel. Nice. I hate chores, says Sandy Beach. It can't end until we hit 1,000 miners. I think you're probably right. Why don't we end the live stream at 100,000 miners? I think that's probably a good idea. 100,000 incoming. Yeah, we'll get 100,000 because that will get under 10%. But I probably will go and get a drink because my coffee has run out. Oh no, it's not. It's still going. Have you ever seen that? I guess you all have seen Charlotte and the Chocolate Factory with the amazing Godstopper. Well, it's a bit like this coffee. It never ends. This coffee never ends. Gets colder though. Gets colder. Ouchie. Dirty Paws says, thanks for doing all the work. It says Dirty Paws. And do my chores. Yeah. 90210 is my area code. 91218 is my area code, says Prison in LA. Nice. Did Superman say that he's going for a 24-hour stream tonight? No, I don't think so. That's a zip code, for the United States. It's also that famous TV show. So, Rizolzi is the Luke Perry of Hex. Nice one, Rothko. That's a good comment. There you are, Bros. You got that. You're the Luke Perry. He's the famous guy. He's I guess they're all pretty popular at the time. All right, cool. Let's see. We're up to. We're doing pretty good here. We're up to an hour 46. I think we can hold on to 100,000. And what's that EAA go down to 9.8, 9.9. So we're not staying around till the amp goes down by 1. We're not doing that. That's 24 hours. So we're not going to. That would be another 16 hours to go for the amp. But definitely cool. All right. I think we've covered everything, haven't we? We've covered the minting term. We covered the staking term. APY schedule. We covered the penalty schedule if you're late on minting, which is actually the biggest severity, really. That minting on the penalties, that late penalty, that's going to hit a lot of wallets. Honestly, that will hit a lot of wallets. A lot of penalties will get. They won't be able to mint so many tokens. It's going to be awesome. And imagine the gas. This is like really. I mean, some people argue that the gas gives an establishment, but I guess like the AA lobby. But on the other hand, it's really inefficient. If you think about it, it's kind of a craziness, really. But hey, it's fun. It's fun. It's fun to see the numbers go up. And it's a simple little project with cool little log functions, and we can appreciate that simplicity in some ways. But like I say, the inflation is going to be absolutely huge. All right, so 91,000, folks. We're at 91,000. Joke suit man, says Katie. Joke. Luke Perry is dead though. Oh, that's right. He did too die. I forgot about that. Sorry, didn't mean to upset anyone about that. Sandy Beach. Did you have pictures up on your wall? The old Luke Perry. Remember that was a big thing in the 80s, eh? Remember in the 80s? There's a lot going back now, but everyone used to have like teenagers used to have lots of pictures, posters up on the wall. I'm not sure whether people and like teenagers do that these days, have posters. Maybe they probably do. But I remember it was a big thing in the 80s, having posters of all your movie stars and TV stars and things like that. But of course, that was the age of awesome entertainment. I had David Lee Roth, says Sandy Beach. David Lee Roth. David Lee Roth. Wow, that's cool, Sandy Beach. Edan says, hey, Superman, great stuff as always, champ. Let's go XEN, but the real stuff is Hex, champ, so play responsible. Hexkin's new Shine coin. Love the update on the Pulsechain by the best ecosystem in crypto. Yeah, absolutely. And Rip Luke says, Tintop. Yeah. Oh, crap, says Rothko. Rothko just found out. Oh, crap. Yeah. Hey, let's listen to, we're going to just jump back here to Richard's update around Pulsechain, which I thought was a pretty cool update. Did confirm our suspicions, so very, very cool. Let's play that up.
I feel that the security considerations for Pulsechain's consensus strength are very, 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 very similar to Ethereum 2.0's. If that makes sense to you.
Makes sense.
We're forking Ethereum 2.0, not Ethereum 1.0. So you beat it out of me, you fucks. You wore me down, okay? So the logic was, do we have more faith in the BSC consensus, which we found flaws in, or rotating to several other options of not very well audited consensus, or the extremely well audited Ethereum 2.0 consensus. And my logic is that if you're going to make things right, doing them during a bear is a beautiful time to do it. And I think it will be quicker to use Ethereum 2.0's consensus than to properly audit and secure Corellia, which is a version of Click, which is what has a lot of problems. And so it was maximum secure and minimum time to market, because we didn't know, like, you didn't know whether the merge was going to work right. Could have not worked right. And you didn't know if they'd ever get to doing it because the delays were nearly endless.
Yep.
But after they did it, and after it worked right, it was the obvious choice. And so Pulsechain will have upgrades, but be primarily the same consensus mechanism that Ethereum 2.0 uses, but is now called Ethereum 1, right? Like, no one called it's not right. Ethereum 2 is now Ethereum 1 since the merge worked. So it's strong, it's safer, it's faster, and any upgrades that come in the future for Ethereum, such as sharding, we will get on our chain. And we wouldn't have got had we stayed with Ethereum 1, because the forks would have diverged. And so it's just better. So we're doing what's better, and it didn't take us any extra time to do it. So it's actually good news. But I got savaged so hard for giving you guys an update last time that, like, I'm super not into it. Like, I feel like someone's gonna make me eat shit for giving the good news basically now. I bet someone will. Someone will bother me and make me feel bad. Someone will make me feel bad about you.
Bro, you got so many followers though, and I'm starting to feel this too. You got so many followers.
So that was the update from Richard, which is positive around the upgrades and speed and all that. David was just saying earlier, no more delegating and voting. Now I'm sad, and we will run validators like ETH does now. Cool. What else there? The president says no more single-sided staking my Pulsechain to a validator. Stuff like that. So I think there's a few things around that we'll need to have confirmed, but that's cool. Let's have a look at the Zen. And of course, let's see what we're up to. We're at 91,000. And let's see what we're up to now. 92,500. Man, we just played that video for a couple of minutes, and we've just dumped 1,500 up to global rank. So we're going to hit the EAA pretty good. We're up to now 53 in the live stream. Feeling pretty good about that. All right, so we're going to come back to that at the moment. We're just obviously 8 hours, so that's looking pretty good. We're not even a day. We're only a third through the day on the Zen launch there. Let's hear the other piece of alpha. So in addition to forking the ETH2 or proof of stake network there around consensus and all that there, but we will get the sharding upgrades, which is pretty cool. Easy to tag those on, I guess, is that we'll probably get a V3 test. He said it got an indicator it'll be really tight next to the launch. So hopefully they'll be short and tight. So that'll be good. The other thing, of course, the third piece of alpha was pretty much around him talking about we could see the bottom, probably by the second half of November there. So we'll play that one too.
Okay. Let's measure the next bear. Let's do that. Let's see how smart Richard be. Next bear market. 364 days. That's about a year. Okay. Now let's measure this bear market from my 65K top, 427 days. But let's measure this bear market from the Judas candle, which where I think you have to deleverage from, because people got long there. You need to get the shit liquidated out of them and undone. All them people need wrecked. NFT guys wrecked. Leverage traders wrecked. Assholes that sold you to top wrecked. Michael Saylor, I'm talking to you, you bitch. So like, let me measure it for you. we at like 300 and I'm gonna get on the daily for this. I'm gonna get on the daily so I can give you more specific measurements. One day we'll have advanced screen sharing technology, but we haven't come that far yet. So if I have measured this correct, and I'm going to verify that I did, right now we're 332 days in from the top, and that top, the 69K top, was November 21. So a year out from that is November 21 again.
Right.
That's a month and a week, bro, or a month and 2 weeks, month and 2 weeks. So in a month and 2 weeks, bro, maybe Fed, finds a way to pivot. Can't raise rates anymore because it's blowing out jobs too much. Like we get our 85% dip doodle, whatever. Like, bro, next month and a half, you better have your plan ready because it could be the end of the bear, bro. It could. Next month could be the end of the bear. And that's good ass news, man.
Yeah.
So people don't realize it. People don't think bear ever ends. They think it just goes on forever.
Yeah.
Nope, it doesn't. Unless you buy the wrong fucking coin, just goes to zero and stays there forever. But in shit we're looking at has product market fit, doesn't tend to go to zero and stay.
Yeah.
Does normal kind of oscillate stuff. So I think the best news I have to leave with you guys is Pulsechain is going to be stronger and better with a more well audited consensus method that will benefit from the upgrades that Ethereum will make in the future. And it didn't cost us any time. It was quicker. And then, so that's great news. And then this bear market could be over in a month is great news.
All right, so that was pretty epic. And I think those are the kind of the highlights from the live stream in terms of the crypto side of it. So cool. Let's get on to it, folks. We've got a couple more comments around Zen and what else there. Paul Well says, my 30-day is already up over 1 million Zen. That may have been a good play. Now, Brazilzi says, I wonder if Zen is a direct attack on Hex. 3-letter word, used the big X as a logo. It does the same thing, made very quickly, advertised owned Xkins. Well, interesting that you say that because Jack Levin actually responded to something. I'm just not sure exactly where it was. I'm not sure if it's what comment it was on. Let me have a look here. I'm not sure if it was down here somewhere. It's definitely, obviously, I don't know about an attack, but definitely, everything you said is true. Let me put it that way. It seems true anyway, because with everything is similar. I think he has made some comments on some of his live streams. He's had a few live streams. I haven't watched them all. Yeah, I think there was a comment that I saw on here. His comment was basically, we are all hexagons. So that was his comment. So you can take from that what you want. Obviously, all those things that you'd make in great observations. CryptoChronic says Hex will always be the GOAT. Absolutely. The bear needs to rest. Okay, 2 more months says mixed. And hashtag 4 more weeks, 6 more weeks when Pamper on there on Hex birthday, says Brian, the 2nd of December there. All right, cool. Let's go and see how we're getting on there. We're up to an hour and 59 on the live stream, which is pretty good. And of course, let's smash out a real refresh here. 92.5, was it? 92,500. That's how did we get on after about 5 minutes? Man, 1,000. That's about every couple of 5 minutes, about 1,000 or so. Pretty awesome. 93,632. We're going up to 100,000 on the global rank for our live stream. So we've got bonus time, bonus round. Ching, 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 ching. As my life is awesome would say, Pulsechain, ping, Pulsechain, ping, Hex, ping, XEN, ping. Oh, no, I don't add that one in. Cut it out. All right, so there we are at the moment. So we're up to max term day. It was 2. It's gone up another one. We're up to 347. Remember, we're going to kind of peter out. I think once we get up to much higher, we're going to put her out at about 365 or something. Heading up towards 400, and then it starts really petering out at 400. So next days is kind of capping out there. AMP won't go down until another 16 hours away. To go down by 1 every day. The EAA is the big one we're looking at. Once we hit 100,000 on the global rank, we should see this go down 9.9%. Woo! Remember, that is the early adopter amplifier, and of course, part of the Zen Mint reward calculations, which depends on current global rank. EAA starts from 10% and decreases in a linear fashion by 0.1% reach a 100,000 increase in global rank. So we're only getting pretty close. So let's say we have another, that's probably what, another 25 minutes, something like that. We'll see how we get on there. So we have definitely got a bonus round now. Super live stream on good old Sunday, hashtag Saturday. Just the way it goes. Brennan says, howdy, Superman. Good to see you, Brennan. James says, got a few more wallets just in case this thing moons, says James. And of course, Brian says, I'm going to have to stake my wrench so it grows big enough to time out. Superman says, Brian, yeah, you might have to do that, but I'm just not sure what I got penalized for. What I got penalized for there, Brian. Katie as well. James says, all these projects coming out show how for RH and Hex was ahead of the curve here, says James. Definitely was, James. Definitely was, that's for sure. So much movement already surely can only mean good things for Zen, says CryptoConic. Yep, I would say that, but it's just, it is a complete, there's massive inflation, massive bots, and all those sort of things, coders doing stuff. So yeah, it's definitely, I wouldn't be too overzealous with it, but it's certainly entertaining, fun, and it always has a chance, like anything else. It's certainly got the network effect, which is playing out really well. So that's positive. So that's the one thing I'd probably hook on there. Cool. Let's see what my long one is at the moment. My long stake is. Sorry, mint phase. I should remember to use the right language there. Mint phase, 325 days is the one I've got there. It was the last. Actually, no, it wasn't the last wallet. It was the not the first one either. So what's that at the moment? So at the moment, oh, okay. So I think we started off at 15 million, right? No, we started off at. We can't remember what we start off now. Anyway, we're close to 17 million on the 325 day one now. But of course, you don't get that for 325 days. So, it's just the way it goes. Dan Dog says, Pulsechain, and a look into do your own homework, says Dan Dog Crypto. And of course, I'm not sold on Zen, just my opinion, says Brennan. You're welcome, man. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, so cool. We're heading up to 100,000. Going to be a lot of fun. Woohoo! Let's see how we're getting on here. We're up to 2 minutes later. 94,297. Man, this thing's bolting. We've got the Gwei at the moment. Yes, we have. We've got the Gwei. Let's see how we are here. 26 Gwei. We obviously, let me just go down to the contract here. It's come down. The fees have definitely come down in the last 3 hours. This was over $250,000 and higher. And at some stage, I think it was, we're up to total there, 1,173,000 in the last 24 hours. Obviously, it's been going for 8 hours so far. 16% of the gas fee on Ethereum is insane in the membrane. That's crazy, insane in the brain. That's how we talk about. Now, obviously, we jump into there. We can see the Zen contract there. We're going to jump into there. And, of course, there's no Zen at the moment. But, of course, tomorrow, in about 16 hours plus, we will see some Zen in there, some holders, and we'll see one-day minters. Particularly some of the earlier ones must have done one day. Of Trayvon, of course, he said he was going to do 369 wallets. I don't know if he had enough gas to do that at the beginning. So we'll see how he gets on with that. But I look forward to his next video. Not sure if he's done one yet, but that would be pretty cool. That's where we're at the moment. Obviously, you can go through the contract features as well, read only, and you can see different matches in here. I don't know if we've, let's expand all. Authors, Jack Levin. Woo! We got the days, we got this EAA start 100, EA rank 100,000 there. So that's a step rank there. We're about to hit that. That's what we're looking at there. Penalty, max term, and I guess these are typically max term end. So I'm not sure if that's in minutes or seconds. So I don't have to think about that. Mint term. And what else there? Reward amplifier start 3,000 seconds in a day, 86,400. Yep. 5,000. Jump through some of these. Let's have a look. Go down. Decimals. Okay. Genesis timestamp. Aim 3,000. Current APY 20. 100. Current max term. Returns current max term. What else have we got there? Global rank at the moment, so we're definitely getting up there towards 100,000. I think we're almost up to all of those things. So that's it. That's pretty much it. Those are on the read-only functions. So cool. Let's clear up all those, and let's go back into the gas price. which is more interesting at the moment. We'll come back up here. Oh, we'll go back one more step. All right, Gwei at the moment, 27. So it's starting to get back up there. And, of course, definitely the Zen contract there is at the top. Look at that, man. Yowchi, yowchi, yowchi. All that could have gone into buying Hex. Could have bought Hex with all that money. With that 1.2 million, could have bought Hex. And you guys are out there entertaining yourselves with the Zen. We got to pump the Hex bag. Let's take that. Let's go look into crypto. Let's do it. Let's do it. You guys wanted it. We're going to do it. We're on bonus time. We're heading up towards 100,000 on the Zen contract, but we're going to play around a little bit here. We've got to wait. It's still going to take a few minutes. Let's get into here. And of course, what do we say? Let's say let's just say 1.2 million just for round it up there. Got to get us up to 4.2 cents. You guys, we could have got pumped to 4.2 cents. Pump, 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 pump. All right, so that's where we go. They would have increased by a cent, Hex by a cent at least there. All right, cool. That's where we're at the moment. Let's jump in. Let's do a refresh. We'll get back in the chat in a second there. Let's do a refresh here. 95,000. Woo! We're going up nicely here at the moment. So I don't know, my live stream might be 2.5 hours by the time we finish, but we're getting there. We're waiting. Basically, we're waiting for this to go down the 10% there. Now, all we've got at the moment, if you just come to the chat there, currently the maximum term is now 348 days. Remember, it started off at 100 days. Once we hit 5,000 minters, it then basically jumped to 300, and then of course it's gone up dynamically since then. It will start to sort of taper off at 400, and that's pretty much it. So just past a year there. So that's pretty it. And of course, all you have to do is just put in the term that you want. You don't have to do the max term. You can do any term you want. You can do 1 day, you can do 100 days, and you can start minting, and it will cost you a bit of a gas fee to do it. At the moment, the Gwei is probably half of what it was when I came on. So it's probably about $6 or something like that. Yeah, that's kind of where it is. That's how easy. And the dashboard, of course, telling us the overall numbers. And of course, we're waiting for the EAA there to go down by 0.1% for every 100,000 global rank. And we're almost there, 5,000 away. And we're still in, I guess we're still in the number 8 hour or number 9 hour, probably just number 9 hour there. So cool. Total transaction number there just went to the fit. Look at that. What the heck is that happening there? Went to 268. I'm not sure what happened there. Let's go back into it. So cool. Welcome everybody. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, and hit the Discord link. And get into our Discord link. We're heading up towards 800 members, man. 792. Yeah. And of course, David Federer. Woohoo! Hey, we've got to pump that bag. Let's do the little rocket for that one. Let's do a little party on for that one. Good to see David in the house. Welcome. All right, so cool. Let's jump back over to there. 95,319. Where else? We've got a couple more people in the chat there, so let's get some of those comments. Crypto Chronic says, Brennan, maybe nothing, but I have to chuck a couple $100 at gas fees. Take the risk as Crypto Chronic. Yeah. Like I say, I think, get your positions, but treat it as entertainment, as what I'd say. It may end up, the network effect may end up making it a flourishing ecosystem, but, there is a lot of inflation, a lot of bots and all that sort of stuff. We've known that from the beginning. So just remember a lot more accounts could compete with in terms of volume. If it works, more funds for Hex, win-win. Yep, and that's the thing, I know a lot of people want to, if it does successful, so cycle back into Hex, and that'll be a smart move. Obviously, Pulsechain too. Thanks, brother. That is true. Sunday live stream marathon, says James. It appears so. I was supposed to be doing an hour and a quarter, and we're up to 2 hours and 9. Just the way it goes. Welcome to YouTube streaming. David Feder knows what that's like. But Richard Hart proved himself many years before Hex. What he created was never done before. Different situation in my eyes with Zen. We will see. Says Brennan. I wonder how much all the gas fees from all the side projects, Maxi, Hedron, will put into Hex would have pumped the price. That's true. The offset, of course, Brian, is that the pooled stakes save a lot of money in terms of gas EN fees and things. So that will probably have a future valuation if you think about it like that. Obviously, there's with more larger stakes, then obviously there's a little bit shaving of the Hex payout per T-share, but I think that's probably a little bit of a move in the share rate at that time. But that's well in the future. So cool. All right, let's see if my 325-day mint. I've got to remember to say mint, not stake. It's very easy. We're so used to saying staking all the time. Let's see if it hits 17 million. Let's do it. Let's see if I've hit 17 million on my 325 there. You can imagine how much volume is going to be out there, though, at that time, right? All these people staking, even with more people coming. Obviously, that benefits earlier people more from that point of view. But yeah, hit 17 million on the 325 days. So nice. By the time it gets to 325, it's probably going to be hundreds of millions or something. Is it going to be 100 million? I don't know. I need to play with the calculator again to remind myself how much that would actually be. Cool. What else? That remains to be seen, says Brian. That remains to be seen. Neil and Barara says, if Pulsechain launches tomorrow, still get a copy of minting Zen. No, there's no Zen on the contract at the moment, Neil. So I don't know if that would be. I don't think any of it will be copied over at this stage. If it got copied right, if it launches tomorrow or after, or maybe a few people, if it launches after the mint day, that would be my guess on that one. All right, let's do a refresh. Bam, here we go. The contract will be copied over, so all the specs. So yeah, I guess, but just there would be no minted volume. 95,000, almost 96. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Man, it's a lot of people minting, man. Seriously, that is quite a lot of volume turnover. If you think about it, every 5 minutes we're getting like 1,000 every couple of minutes. That's pretty impressive. How would this do well? Millions going to it, right? So that's kind of the Google thing. Google employee number 21. You want to get, if this gets up bigger and bigger, it becomes more self-fulfilling, particularly for the early adopters, right? The early adopters, the people on the early days here. But then it needs to kind of sustain itself. It needs to kind of keep that amp. Needs to go, so yeah, you'll get a lot more people short staking, short playing, even with coming in and doing shorter periods, trying to get in the mix with the earlier players. So it's gonna be interesting. All those bot players, though, that's the thing. How many devs? I think we had one dev come in our Discord that had done a front end for that, so that was pretty nice. Let me know in the chat if you actually used that, to be honest. I'm pretty sure that total transaction number, yeah, that's changed a lot. 220, 242. I'm not sure if this is instantaneous or per minute. I'm not sure what the time frame. Let me know in the chat if you know what that transaction frequency is. What else there? Etherscan shows 101,000 transactions, says Bob. Let me go back into that again. I'm on the wrong contract. I think, yeah, I have to go to the right one. Anyway, we'll leave that one. Oh. 26 Square. James says, I think Jack Levin has a wide reach of audience, wider than just Hex. He does for sure, James. Looks promising, pumping my bags already. Yeah, I think that's probably a good point, James. Really good is the fact that he has a much wider base. He's up to 662,000 on this thing as well, so that is true. And of course, that's probably we call this the Jack effect. So Richard's sitting at 261,700. Now, obviously, there's an engagement level here. Richard, no one has engagement like Richard has. I haven't seen anyone with that sort of level of engagement out of anybody. Like if you look at top crypto influencers, like they've got really big audiences, but the engagement's really low compared to the audience. Richard's is very high, very high. On the website, transaction reset every time you refresh. Yeah, I think I refreshed that. So let me refresh that again. Let's go. It was only 3 minutes later. 3 minutes later, we got the upgrade. 96,547. We're getting there, folks. Are you excited? Damn it. I love these things. Let's geek out on this. We may not be full geeks, but we're partial geeks. We're partial geeks on this. That's pretty fun. All right. If Hex gets to $1 and PLS to 1 cent, I'll be happy man. You will be a happy man indeed, Brennan. You will indeed. Lamy says, although he has stated this afternoon many of his followers could be dead, as he has been on Twitter since 2009. That's the other truth there too, Lemmy. That's the other truth. No matter what other crypto have, Good evening, fellow Hexicans. Yeah, so here, that is the check. So that's a good point. And of course, if you actually check the actual followers, like a 1300 and 141, that's not high engagement, right? So, and of course, it has, as Briz, I think it was Briz says earlier, it has reached out to a lot of the Hexagon Pulsechain community. Is definitely a big part of this, right? Because there's so many YouTubers been covering it. Obviously, myself, David Feder, Jim Rat Crypto, Sam, quite a few here. Was it what's this other one here down the bottom here? This guy here, OP, is giving an update there. There's a few others in here. Crypto Graphics has been covering this. Jim Rat Crypto, as I said, so it's been quite a few in the space, kind of in the middle of the pack in particular. KG, of course, doing the live stream with them, which was pretty cool. What's this, KG? There are no banks here, but there is crypto now. That's funny. Crypto Kindness has been covering this pretty in depth. I think they've got quite a good relationship, him and Jack. They've been doing a lot of videos. Who else there? That's pretty funny. Do not miss this one. Jack Legend. That's pretty funny, man. That's pretty clever. I must say that is pretty clever. Yeah, so a lot of Twitter spaces as well. This chart here is pretty much sums it all up though, right? So it gives you a good summary of how it all works. So if you haven't seen that, that's in our Discord as well. Definitely check that out. Pretty much. Oh, this was the chart I was talking about. Oh, as XEN launches approaches, things are heating up. So I thought this was pretty cool. He showed this on KG's live stream. So if you want to check that out with the launch video, he showed this and how it was humming. I think he was saying at one point in time, 15,000 people were interacting at one time, which is pretty impressive around the world. So definitely worth watching that. I might pull that out later on and see what the actual one, what the actual was to it. This is on the Google. I think it's on Google Analytics. So I don't think we can actually access it. But it's on the Google Analytics there for the website, which is pretty good. What's this one here? 65 years per minute. Look at hammering. Look at United States, big. Poland, look at that. Poland, what? Poland, what? Get out of here, Poland. That's not intuitive to me. He's in Denmark, right? So he's in Denmark. We've got Australia, New Zealand, China, India, Europe, obviously, all across Europe there, United States. We even got a little bit here in, Latin America, Africa, South Africa. I'm not sure what that country is there, but South Africa there, far out. So that's pretty interesting stuff there. I find that stuff really, I love that stuff. That's really cool. All right, so cool. Let's jump over to the update and see what the results are. 97,400 folks. We're getting close. Yeah. So cool. That is very, very exciting, man. Very exciting indeed. Nice. What else there? We've got a couple more comments, I think. Rothko says Jack has more followers but low engagement as his account has stayed dormant for 7 years. Yeah, good. Pretty much good observation there. And of course, we did talk about how many likes he had. So that's, I think we covered that one. No one has engagement like Richard that I'm aware of. Let me know in the chat if you know of any big crypto influencer that has a high engagement level like Richard. I don't know of anybody. I guess maybe some of those Bitcoiners. It's one or two of those Bitcoiners that may have pretty good engagement. I'm trying to think of their names, but they may have pretty good engagement. They sell a lot of margin stuff, though. They do a lot of margin stuff. They seem to be able to suck people in. They're pretty good. Their charisma is pretty cool. Machiavelli says K for K isn't impressed. It says Machiavelli. Bob says no, day off number one. Yeah. Jack is tracking us, says Katie. He is indeed through his analytics. Nice. I have a funny picture for you. 5 Kiwis down, says Shono. Good to see you, Shono. Nigeria, says Katie. Okay, Nigeria is that country up in the top left of the Africa there that we were talking about. Superman, there's an Etherscan link to XEN on the Superman. There's an Etherscan link to XEN on the mint page bottom. On the mint page bottom. Oh yeah, cool. You talking about this one here? Or you talking about that one there? That one there. I actually hadn't noticed that before. Despite my tutorials, I hadn't noticed that. That's pretty. I don't think that was there though, right? Don't think it was there at the time. No wonder. It probably wasn't there when I covered it. Yeah, well, we already come to this page. We came to the page the other way around. But that was cool. Actually, I think that was the link that I wanted to do the transactions, right? Talking about down. Yeah, 103,000 transactions and 103,352. Yeah. But look, all the claims. These are all processing. They're all processing. Look at them all. 8 seconds ago. They're crazy. Let's go into one. Let's go into this random one here and have a look at this one. I don't know what that's got a wallet. Who knows? But what's just gone through? $6.85 in gas. So cool. So that's pretty much it. So many pending. Crazy. Let's do a refresh. And here we go. We're getting close to 100,000, folks. And when we hit 100,000, we're going to finish the live stream. Woohoo! Hey, thanks, Bob, by the way. Thanks, Bob, for that. I probably missed it when I was talking about it. Bob was in there. Hey, yep, nice one, Bob. All right, cool. 98,000, folks. Woohoo! 2,000 away from the EAA going down by 0.1%. Can't believe we extended the live stream by like 40 minutes just to see this, but we do it because we're geeks in crypto. Cheers, everybody. My coffee is just about gone. It's not truly the magic gobstopper or whatever. Was it the never-ending gobstopper? Something like that. All right, let's see where my 325 day is up. I just hit 17 million on it. Let's see whether it's gone up a little bit more, just a little tad, maybe 50,000. Who knows? Let's see how we're going. Now, if you're in the under 100 or 1,000, I think David Feder said he was under 1,000. Your payout must be getting really nice and juicy. Yeah, mine's up by maybe 20,000 or something, so it's up there on my 325 day. So yeah, but if you're under 1,000, you can only do 100 day. But then of course your benefit is more people coming and buying you. So it's a bit of a trade off there. Katie says I had a bad nightmare that Google employee number 21 was tracking all the hexagons and selling their data. No, Katie, that's too funny, man. That is too funny. I'm a nerd, says Sandy Beach. I'm a nerd. Hey, Katie, that's the joke of the day. Honestly, that is the joke of the day. A copy, cheers, says Brennan. Yeah. That's pretty funny. All right. Very nice. All right, so 2,000 away, folks. We're not far away from seeing the EAA go down, and that is going to be the highlight. Obviously, the mint day at the moment is 348 is the mint day. This will taper off up just over 400 probably. Yeah, we'll probably get up to 365 at some stage once we were at, what did I say, 1 million or something? Can't remember now. 250,000, I think. Isn't that what I say? 250? Yeah, 250,000. So we could probably hit that tomorrow. Today, possibly today. This just depends. We'll see. Mix says OGs prefer capitals. That's funny, man. That is funny. Mix. That's pretty funny. Facts, says Brian. Facts. That is true. Facts. Yeah. I think we're talking less and less about OGs now. I think everyone's an OG now. Everyone is an OG. Everyone is an OG. Was it brand new here says this is on the 30th of September. Meta just announced that US users can connect their crypto wallets to their platforms to use NFT digital collectibles. Also, if you connect your wallet, they'll literally link your anonymous wallet to an identity and you get your entire crypto transaction. That's horrible. Honestly, it's horrible. Man, that's so bad. Got to watch these players, man. They are just going to do you over in every which way you can't imagine. Crazy stuff. All right, cool. Let's go back up to the top there. We're going to jump out. Actually, I'm trying to get back to Jack's place. Let's go back to Jack. No, I want to go to Jack's. Let's go to Jack Levin. No tweets, I don't think, recently. Yeah, 3 hours ago was the last one. So cool. Let's do, are we ready for a refresh? Just about. We're coming up to 224 hours on this exciting entertainment launch of XEN. And of course, let's see how we go there. Looks like we had at least 98,781, folks. We're getting pretty close. This transaction here must be a minute, right? That must be a minute transaction, surely. That seems about right. A minute. Yeah, I think that's probably a minute. A refresh rate. Hard to tell. Was it instantaneous? Is it just the last? I don't know. It seems like a minute. Those transactions seem like a minute, but I could be wrong. All right, so 20% there. This is the one we're looking here. Going to go down to 9.9. That's what we're looking for. we've got all these transactions in the queue, but they're taking a while to get to go through. Brennan says, Superman. Hey, Brennan. Woohoo! I like that. Sandy Beach announced there with the music. Yeah, I haven't got any music. We're going to play Power City Core out on the way out because that's the only funky music got set up. I need to do some sort of montage. That's what I want to do, a montage video. I need to do it with Pulsechain projects. That's what I want to do. Why does Wallet Connect go to App Store when trying to get XEN? I'm not sure. That's a good point, though. Check my pulse. I don't know if I've had that myself. So close to 100,000, says James. StakeX is in the house. Superman, what's up? Just got home from Paris. Heard about the Zen, but didn't have my computer. Is it too late to jump in on the fun? No, it's still only 8 hours into the day there, Statement X, and of course the gas fee has come down to probably. Gas fee started off really high, like it was like 150, 200. Then it stuck around 50, 55 way. Now it's down to 23. So it's still only 9 hours into it. Now you can do up to you can actually do up to 348 days. Like we're just treating this. I treat this pretty much as a fun entertainment thing. It may do well, but I wouldn't get too overexcited about it. Obviously Hex is the goat and all that, but yeah, a few bob on it. So okay. It's currently on the max term is 348, so you can do anything from 1 to 348. A lot of people doing staking ladders out of the 7-day, a 21-day, 98-day, 198-day, and 298 days, and 1 through 25 days. They've got 7 of them, so yeah, that's cheaper than going out for the Saturday night. Let's say that much. The links are all in the Discord too, by the way. If you want to get hold of those, they're all in Discord under Zen Free Claim, and of course that's the website there you want to go to and connect your wallet to. Use a separate wallet. Don't use your Hex or Pulsechain wallets. Just remember that. Always set up a different wallet. I don't care how well known or how popular someone is. Crypto. Just use a separate wallet with their own private keys, seed phrase, and you can interact with that fairly okay. All right, cool. There's a cool chart too if you want to get the highlights of everything that's going to play out there. It's a long game play. It's a long game, but earlier is generally better by a long shot. That's why everyone's jumping in. All right, cool. Let's go have a look. We must be getting pretty close. Getting pretty close here, folks. Can't believe how exciting this is. Just refreshing numbers on a DApp. 99,549. We're getting so close. We're getting so close, folks. It's getting there. It is fun. And yeah. We've got to do more on that. What else there? 99,000. Yep. Get the champagne ready, says BC. Yep. Win for the win. Brennan says, hey, win-win looks really interesting, man. I mean, it's kind of halfway between a staking and a BNB pot DApp. I kind of like that. I was actually quite impressed with the founder. If you haven't checked out my video of the founder, check it out on this channel. I did a win-win interview. I'm really impressed by the product. I think it's kind of cool. Out. StakeX, thank me later. What was Paris? That was on my list. Yeah, we all like Paris. I'm winning on waiting, says Sandy Beach. Win-win is my speculation play. Yep. All my plays are speculation except for RH projects. And like how you said that, Sandy, that is so true. That's how I try to describe it on this channel too. I am getting a kitten to give my Zen to. It says mix. No, about it. So cool. I think we're almost close, folks. Let's refresh. Woohoo! We're coming up to 2 hours and 29 minutes. 2 hours and 29 minutes. We're almost up to. I'm over almost twice as long as I was going to be doing. 99,809. Woohoo! And the thing, folks, I'm gonna screen it up. But this is what we're watching for. This EAA, this early amplifier adoption number here, or early adoption amplifier, I should say. We're waiting for that to go. As soon as we're at 100,000, it's going to go down by 0.1%. That's right. That's how good. Every million people or wallets that mint goes down by 1% as an early thing. So 10 million wallets will end up this going down to 0, and the early adoption amplifier will be over. The amplifier, of course, when you mint, these are the 2 minting numbers. These are the 3 minting numbers here. So the days, this will get probably top over just around about 400 or just above 400. And of course, this one here, it will go down to 0 over 8 years. And this one here is going to go up based on the number of a network adopted. So getting there. Well, let's refresh. I think we're probably almost there. Let's do it. We're probably almost there. Crazy stuff right now. There we go. Woohoo! We did it. We did it. 100,000. Gun. We did it. 100,000. There it is. 9.9. Woo! 9.9. Look at that. Look at that. You saw it live on Hex Token channel. Bang, 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 bang. 9.9. It's gone down. Bring on the next 100,000. This is in 9 hours. 9 hours. 9 hours. 100,000. Bang, 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 bang. I need some fireworks or something. There we are. So pretty cool. What a great day. Hey, we did Richard Hart live stream. We got some alpha stuff from Richard Hart on that. He's going to be coming up soon on another big live stream. And we've had the launch of XEN. Obviously, he's got a lot of, you can pros and cons. It's really entertainment for me. And of course, that's been a bit of fun. We'll see how it goes. The other thing, of course, is what else? We've talked about the plays at the moment, Hedron, PLSD, and of course, BNB pot. They seem like really good plays at the moment. And of course, very, very exciting for those as well. So a lot of fun. Let's see how it goes. Hope you guys have enjoyed this live stream. 2.5 hours, and we hit the 100,000. We got the EAA down by 0.1%. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. It's probably the first key number to be adjusted, right? AMP will go down tomorrow in was it 15 hours time. The AMP number will go down by 1, so that will become 2,999 tomorrow in 15 hours. The APY, that will be 90 days later. So after people start staking at least. So this depends on how that plays out. So that's pretty cool. The mint term now 349 days. Woohoo! And we had 100,000. It's got another day added on there. So pretty cool. All right, let's give it one more refresh just for fun. And we're going to end up the live stream here, 2 hours and 32 minutes. I'm going to get myself some lunch and then do some house chores. And then I'll do another video, posting another video later on to drop that bear market call. Let's see who else is in the channel there. I'm sure a lot of people were partying on too. Shane Ho says, woohoo! Yeah. Pretty awesome. Lambos all around, says James. Yeah, Lambos all around. Party from David Feder. Hey, Feder, it's great to see you in the chat. And welcome to the Discord as well. Appreciate it. Bob was as well. Awesome. Very nice, sister. Very nice. Great job. Run free now, says Dirty Paws. Yeah. Up and to the right, says Marco. Woo! And what else have we got? Couple more comments. Where's Wookie? Hey, Wookie's not here today. And we miss our Wookie, of course. Thanks, Superman, says KD. David's been around the block for a long time, Bob, says Brennan. You're true. Hope you all claimed your XEN from several wallets at different intervals. Good stuff, Superman, says Dave Figure. I appreciate that. And what else there? Jump through here. Chronic says, cheers later, people. Peace out. You too. And 40% of ETH gas is being used for XEN at the moment. Yeah, that's a pretty big deal. We can see that on the contract as we're wrapping up there. 41.47 over the last 3 hours. Almost $1.2 million. Can you believe it? 17%. Pretty crazy stuff there. Dinner time, says Katie. And I know Bob, so I am. Great stream, says Elliot. I appreciate that. Bedtime for us all, says Sandy Beach. Oh, I'm just my day. It's just starting. Good stuff. Love seeing the Hex family. Happy. Go watch the Lambo Superman. And, of course, great stream as always, says Hex Huddle. Good night from Ted. And, yeah, everybody in North America, sleep well. We'll see you guys tomorrow. See you, folks, says Brian. That's probably a good place to finish. Oh, no, we got a Brent there too. Peace out. All right, good vibes, says Tim Top. Roth goes out there too. You guys stop putting comments in the channel because you know I'll read them. Bang, bang, bang. All right, take care, everybody. We reached 6. That's pretty awesome. What a great weekend. And I'll catch you all guys tomorrow for my next live stream. I'm having some videos coming out as well later on. I look forward to that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Take care as well. All right, so let's play out some music. I think we're going to play out some funky music. Let's do it. And let me find Power City Core. That's the only real good soundtrack I've got at the moment. Peace out. Take care.